It's like we have a pit bull that got out of a yard and bit a kid in the neighborhood, and then we might have to put him down. You know what I mean? That's what I feel like Rat Dick is.
And we're trying to argue with the authorities to save the pit bull's life.
He's fine. No, he's good. He was just like excited.
It's the kid. He was wearing a red shirt. I mean, everybody knows dogs are attracted to red. Yeah. And we know that probably the pit bull should be put down.
Yeah.
But we love it so much we don't want
it to be killed. But
in this case, a rabid rat.
Yes.
RDR, your behavior this weekend was totally unacceptable.
I mean,
yeah.
Obviously you can't drink alcohol anymore.
I think you should pour alcohol in my mouth when we're out on a shoot, and I'll go catch the swan every time. But maybe not at a comedy show, because I just get a little too rowdy around all the boys.
So that needs to be turned into some sort of metaphor for RDR.
Catch the swan.
Is it good to catch the swan or bad? Because here's what happened. We went to the NASCAR event this weekend. Leo and I filmed an unbelievable bit. There was physical violence.
We one-upped last year, in my opinion.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I got chased. I had to sort a kid out. We dressed up as drag queens. I read from a Fauci book to a group of children that were there.
We got kids through Rat Dick somehow, guys. Let's not ask too many questions.
You guys don't know any kids in your life?
Rat Dick got us kids.
No, I don't know kids.
We actually don't. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah, well, I live in an apartment complex, so.
But yeah, it was a fun weekend. We did a comedy show on Sunday.
We're going to get to that.
Yeah.
We're going to review the sets. We're going to review, of course, RDR getting kicked out. But back to this Swan incident, because I do think, Leo, that this is the origin, much like the Wuhan Institute of Virology, this is the origin of RDR's pandemic of bad behavior.
Yes. I think there was some shame associated with it too. I don't know. There's a lot of it could go back to his father or his mother maybe, but
that's true.
You're
right. I can't. I can't be like a child psychologist here, Jordan Peterson. Like what was that? Rat Dick. Many times, bad behavior in adulthood stems from an incident at a pond with a swan. No, RDR. We tried to get him to go out into this. It was a nice little lake at a park where people go out there and they rip bread and they go, "Here's Swanee Swan," and they throw in the Wonder Bread. We were at one of those, and there was a special flotation island for the swans out in the middle of this filthy brown lake. And we wanted RDR to hop in there, paddle out toward the Swannies, and see if he could pet one.
Right. And it stems from, it was this magical bit that we always envisioned RDR, damn it. Bleep that if you can, just so.
We're trying to get the pod monetized every now and then. Just the first 5 minutes, bear with us, people.
Please.
YouTube's really cracking down.
Yeah. But there was a sea lion in San Francisco, and we were like, God, I wish RDR was here so we could send him out to fight the sea lion. So when we saw these swans, me and Danny were like, now that we have RDR at our disposal, why don't we send him out to kind of have a little clash with wildlife? Because if we could combine RDR and some wildlife, I mean, come on, guys.
You never know. It's the ultimate improv. It's one thing for RDR to improvise with another human, but when he improvises with a waterfowl, the potential is truly endless.
Yes.
We send him out there, but RDR gets cold, gets uncomfortable, and then for him, there's the omnipresent fear of authority figures. He, for reasons we're not going to get into right now, does not want to encounter law enforcement. And so any violation, even one as petty, is swimming in a geese feeding pond. He fears it. So he stopped in his tracks about waist deep in the water and said, "Guys, nah, RDR can't do this, man. I can't get the swan. I'm sorry, guys. I can't do this one for the boys. Unless you guys feed me alcohol. Sorry to let the boys down." But his failure to do that, it haunted him for the rest of the night.
Yes.
Leo, I drove out to our comedy show we had. Leo and I had a show at the Ha Ha Comedy Club. Technically, it wasn't our show. We were just on the show. But hey, buddy, am I exaggerating when I say, we were the show?
We were the show.
You guys were the show.
We were the show.
Rat Dick was
People were impressed. But you were, of course, part of the show.
It should have been more part of the show, but I got kicked out.
I wonder why. We're going to get to that.
We'll get to that.
But on the way to the near sold-out Ha Ha Comedy Club, RDR, well, first of all, I will say that we have to talk about him not being able to shower himself, too.
Yeah.
So I After he jumped in and tried to fetch a swan and failed, him and Nico come back to my house. We've got 3 or 4 hours till showtime. I want to clean up. I want to relax. I want to go over what notes I do have about what I was going to talk about on stage. Not that my notes were all that complex. I couldn't have this guy in the living room dependent on me. So I sent him and Nico with some money to a liquor store to pass the time.
That was, look, it was the right move to kind of get him out of your house for a second, but long term might have been the wrong move.
Especially coming back to your house. Come to think of it, I was so fucked up, and I think I was talking everybody's ear off just about rat penis related activities.
Yeah. And we all know that's your specialty.
Yeah, that's my specialty.
Where do you send RDR, though? I mean, do you send him to a Barnes & Noble?
You can't send him to a Barnes and Noble. No,
You send him to a Color Me Mime to paint some pottery?
dude.
Actually, I told Nico we should stop by the Sesh along the way.
Oh, yeah, that's a better alternative. The place where you buy shrooms illicitly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great for reeling in bad ratic behavior.
But I'm curious how this shower session went down, Danny. I mean, this is something that I know that he might not be the only person out there that needs help showering, but what was it that struck you as kind of like alarming about the way he was showering?
I knew that getting rat dick clean was going to be an ordeal. I didn't think it was going to be a massive ordeal, though. Say, for instance, when you need to return something to Amazon. Okay, it's pretty streamlined. You just go in there and give them the thing. They slap a label on it. They take care of it, okay? It's not like you have to go get a box from Lowe's, print up a label, or handwrite the address and mail it.
Right.
It's easy now, but still, you got to put on pants. You got to get in your car. You got to drive.
Yeah.
That's how I thought it was going to be to get Rat Dick showered after he hopped in a goose pond. It ended up being like trying to ship a package in 1847 from Tombstone, Arizona to San Diego, California. That's what the shower was like. It was like I had to hitch a team of mules and I encountered some hostile engines.
So first of all, my clothes were covered in ferns from the lake. So when Nico brought my clothes in, there was just a line of leaves all over the floor.
So he's got RDR doesn't
And
have
bird shit.
Leo always has a very tidy travel set. Like he always shows up on shoots with his Brandy Melville travel bag.
Yeah.
Maybe he's got a backpack. Everything is neatly packed. RDR shows up with an armful of crap.
Right.
He just shows up. Whatever he needs for that day is in his arms.
Yeah.
And before he comes into my house, I make him put on booties, feet covering so he doesn't destroy the floor.
Love
Good
that.
idea.
But he gets in there, though, and he's got his arm full of crap. He goes into the shower, and he left behind me. It looked like an Ent from The Lord of the Rings. Ooh, I'm Treebeard. Wandered through my living room because all there was foliage. There's pine cones and needles and sticks. It's unbelievable.
Surprised I didn't bring in a bunny.
What's that?
Surprised I didn't bring in a little bunny that was jumping through it.
Yeah. I'm surprised, too, there wasn't a squirrel nestled between his T-shirt and his tube
Honestly.
socks.
Now,
It was that bad. We're not exaggerating.
I'm curious, before Danny gets into what happened in the shower, like what's your game plan when you get into a shower, RDR? What are you doing? What do you what are the
usually I have
spots?
to ask the owner how to get the water hot. This time, I thought I was going to do it myself, like a man.
When you shower at home, how do you go about that?
When I shower at home, I usually just already naked, just run in the shower, fucking, put some water on my balls, soap it up.
You don't
Pits.
soap it up, though. I
At
know
your
that
place-
from the shower you took at my house.
At
That
your
you
place,
don't use soap.
I already used soap that morning, so I didn't think it was
Oh.
necessary, but
Before the goose pond?
yeah, before the goose.
Before the goose pond that was the color of solid mud?
Yeah, that also had one of the reasons. Was one of the reasons why I didn't want to get in. I was like, oh my god, this is really gnarly. The water was brown.
It looked like Nesquik.
Like shit.
Didn't it just look like a pond of Nesquik?
It wasn't.
It didn't look like a healthy place to jump
It
into.
wasn't like
but
anything you guys jumped into up north on your Sunnyvale adventures.
Danny's jumped into some disgusting water.
And I'll also remind the audience, if it sounds like we took advantage of RDR that
No,
day,
no, not at all.
5
I
minutes
wanted to do
before,
this.
I got into you want to hop in my lowrider, fool?
Oh, yeah.
I got into a Cholo's lowrider that had hydraulics, and it bounced me about 15 feet up into the air in the car.
Noted almost 3 or 4 guys associated with that thought that Danny was going to be injured and have like a minor concussion doing it as well. And you refused to get into the lowrider.
Yeah, I was being a bitch. Like I said, I needed some alcohol in me. And, I didn't have alcohol in me in the Joshua Tree video. I really think that would have encouraged me just going up and after Mudflap socked me, just been like, brah, and that would have been a brawl right there.
So
if I was drunk.
RDR, he
I
couldn't
don't know
let
make
go.
good decisions when I'm drunk.
He couldn't let go of his goose failure or his swan failure or whatever those birds were.
It was shame.
I'm jumping around again in the shower.
The shower.
So again, tree beard. Just I'm out there with a dustpan and a broom cleaning up this trail of bushes. He goes into the shower and he's in there for less than 30 seconds and he comes out dripping. And I go, RDR, did you shower? And he goes, yeah, bro, yeah. And did you use soap? And he's like, it was soap? What's that? What are you talking? You didn't use soap the first time in my shower.
Yeah, the first time I did not.
Do you
After I searched the cabinets for adult toys to smell, I just shower
Okay,
no,
that is
that's a little weird. Sorry,
inappropriate.
Sorry, guys. So I went straight to the shower. There's no adult toys in here.
Did you really go through my cabinets?
No,
you know that's really rude.
I didn't do that. That was a joke.
You probably did go through the medicine cabinet for painkillers.
Yeah,
100% you were looking
I
for
promise
that.
you I did. And now that I said it, I didn't look for any adult
come to
toys.
think of it, a few of my Vicodin were missing.
Really? You have Vicodin in there? But okay, I honestly did it.
That's the last time you get invited to my place.
Oh,
now that he
God.
knows about the Vikes.
RDR. I
There's
mean,
Vicodin in there.
just for your future in the shower world, I mean, let's come up with a game plan that works. You know what I mean? Because I don't think you're doing a good job of showering in just your daily life. You know what I mean?
Also, getting him out of the shower, of course, the entire floor is covered in water. I told him before he got in the shower, hey, here's a towel for you hanging, pay attention now, everybody, on the towel rack. There was a towel on the towel rack, but he had to come out of the shower, out of the bathroom, out of the hallway, into my office
where's the
multiple
towel?
times to ask me if he had a towel he could use.
Oh.
And I told him about 3 times before he actually applied it to his body and stopped dripping all over my apartment.
Imagine a naked rat dick just walking out. Hey, where's the towel, man?
RDR, in all seriousness, though, why is it that you need a team of people to kind of help you function in life? You know what I mean?
It's a deep question.
Yeah, I was out of a bottle. Usually when I shower at home, I already know where the towel is. And I thought this might have been Danny's hand towel, so I didn't want to use Danny's hand towel right away.
The thing was, I told you multiple times that it wasn't my hand towel, that it was in fact your towel.
Something wrong with me is people will say something to me and I'll be so stoned it'll just fly right by me.
Okay. Well, we're going to work on your listening and your
Yeah.
comprehension.
That's why the robin flies at dawn. I think the first few episodes I was very unaware of that phrase. But
Well, to work on your listening, we got to keep changing up the
No.
code.
Yeah.
Keep switching. It's just like in baseball, Leo.
Yeah.
The other team catches on to your signals.
You're absolutely right. What do you think we should do today? Because we do have a guest coming around 2 p.m.
I think I need to apologize to the black community and possibly kiss a black ass.
Well, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah,
I'm
he
not
is black.
sure.
The guy
Like
who's
Jesse Jackson on South Park. Didn't they do that?
If you can physically kiss his ass, that'll be amazing. I'm
Yeah,
not
that'd
sure
be
if he's
great.
going to be down.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
He might
Leo,
not be down.
To get back to the comedy show, he, on the ride out there with me and
Wait,
Nico.
we didn't get to how I cleaned your bathroom after that there was furniture. So I don't know if
Clean
Leo
is a
knows
generous
this.
way to put this.
Yeah, I make sure I got on my hands. I got all the pine needles up.
There was more pine needles in the bathroom.
Yeah, there was a lot more in the bathroom.
and in the shower, a lot more.
I made
A
sure
lot
Danny didn't
more.
have to clean that up, and so I cleaned it up, and I made sure for the boys that Danny's bathroom was okay to bring in a girl after the comedy show.
Thank you.
You could have brought a woman back in there, and she would have been fine.
It was clean enough for that?
I hope so.
disagree, because right now I go in there and all I think is,
Oh, God.
I need the maid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
should. I told you a rat dick cleaning service is on the way. If you ever need a rat dick cleaning, you too, Leo. Rat dick cleaning.
You're going to clean my house, I'm going to insist you get back on meth.
Yeah, you'd be way more effective to clean a spot.
And also,
Honestly,
I'm
I
going to
would
need a couple of hours to make sure all valuables are out of the house.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't
you
trust
can
you.
trust me, baby. I'm not gonna steal anything. I would never steal anything from you guys.
Well, it depends on how
Never.
bad you're fiending a
Yeah.
certain drug and the price of that drug on the market.
I'm sure I could always ask you guys if I was like gonna come clean your house. I'll just use that $100 to buy wax instead of like stealing a possession out of your house. I would never steal from you guys.
So RDR,
Never. I might call you guys.
He cleans up.
I'm not gonna say it, but I might threaten to kill you here and there. But that was back in the day, and I don't think I did that on this comedy show.
We're gonna see because we have a tape.
I don't think
of
I've
RDR
ever threatened to
very
kill
angry.
anybody in this room. I don't think I ever did that. I think.
Thank you. Thank God.
Yeah, the whole Eggy thing.
Good job.
Yeah, and it was stupid, a really dumb idea.
It's okay. You've apologized a lot.
Yeah,
we have somebody from the black community. You're going to apologize today.
Right.
But Leo, again, when we're driving to the Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood, he is so upset at himself for not paddling out and touching the swan the whole time. And he's getting really belligerent at this point. Nothing we say has any effect. It doesn't matter if Nico and I are in the middle of a conversation. It doesn't matter if maybe my favorite song is playing. You just hear from the back, Danny, Nico, I'm sorry. I can't believe Rat Dick didn't touch the swan. I'm going to make it up to you, bro. I'm going to do something crazy. It's going to be full Rat Dick mode at the show. And there's the pitch is rising. And I start to get a little uneasy because I know he's not going to be on good behavior.
I know. And it's just, we're going to be around people that, we're trying to make a good impression towards.
Yeah.
We want to do more shows.
Like
at the
Rachel.
Ha Ha. There's big time comedians.
I met
Rachel.
Rachel.
Yeah, Wolfson.
He's really hung up on Rachel Wolfson here.
First lady of Jackass. So I get it. Yeah.
There were a lot of people there, RDR.
There were a lot of really
There were
cool people.
agents.
There. A lot of
There were people from Comedy Central. There were big comedians.
Comedy Central people. Were
Yeah,
there? Oh my
everybody
God.
was there.
That's gonna go on
HBO.
Comedy Central. You already know the rat. That scene is
Maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah, because they were definitely filming secretly without anybody's consent.
Yeah.
You know, Ari Emanuel was there.
Ari Emanuel.
You know Ari Emanuel was
Yeah,
there,
it's
right?
big time, dude.
I can't believe. Have you seen Entourage?
Entourage. Yeah.
Ari Gold. That character, Jeremy Piven, he's based on Ari Emanuel. He's the most
Really?
powerful agent in showbiz.
He was there.
He was there.
Was that the guy that Rachel was with?
No, that was a comedian.
Oh, shit.
But dude, this is one of the reasons why Leo and I are so upset because Ari Emanuel, he was front row actually with a hot little number. He saw us with you. He saw your outburst and he got up and left after
left?
you got kicked out.
No way.
Austin, you saw Ari Emanuel leave, right?
Yeah, I was actually
Really?
pretty stunned.
You're lucky that we love you because you keep blowing opportunities for us like this, and it's gonna get a little upsetting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really upsetting, man.
Maintain, you know what I mean? Like we're trying to level up RDR, and
I could see how a big time person wouldn't really exactly think that's funny. Some just idiot, drunken idiot blowing the show,
Yeah.
screaming rat penis, rat dicks. You have a small penis, let me see your dick.
It would have been cool if you showed the penis. I think that would have
Yeah.
won the crowd over.
And we actually heard him talking about that.
I really wanted to.
Austin was out back, and Austin heard Ari Emanuel on his phone waiting for a town car, and he was like, "No, negative. We're not going to sign these guys." Yeah, they got some stooge in their group named Rat Dick Ralph. Kept screaming about his penis. Never pulled it out.
Yeah.
The first rule of drama. You see
pull
something
out
in
your
Act
dick.
1, it's got to go off in Act 3. That's what we heard Ari Emanuel saying.
Well, we have a show tomorrow, and I could pull out my dick in
Oh,
this one.
great.
Hopefully Ari's here.
Okay, maybe we could tell him now that we're joking and we don't want him to do that.
you can't. Pulling out your penis in public is a
Very
surefire
illegal.
way to
Go to jail.
To go to jail.
That's what I was
It's
thinking.
illegal, RDR.
But I mean, at a comedy show, it's probably okay, right?
probably
Everyone's
not.
over 18.
What if I had my finger like this and I just stuck it through the hole? I don't have a thing in this, but I stuck it through it. So it looks like my dick is a finger like that. And I just, it's my dick.
That's something Papa Leo and I can talk about.
I
maybe
did
in
that
the
at
future.
church camp and almost got kicked out because this kid's dad walked in while I was doing that prank and refused to believe me that it was my finger. He thought me and his son were doing gay stuff. And I was like, no, man, it was my finger.
my finger.
Look.
Come
And
on.
Had to
He
be in
almost kicked me
Texas.
out of church camp, bro.
Dino, do you think it wasn't gay?
Austin's pretty gay.
Yeah, Dino says Austin's pretty gay.
Austin's gay.
But we get to the show, and right away, Nico and I told RDR to cool it, to, hey, this is a YouTube video. The show was filthy. Leo and I were filthy on stage. That's totally fine. But on YouTube, we're telling RDR, cool it a little bit, dude. The first thing he does when we pull up to the club, he is, well, mind you, he took down another bottle, half bottle of Jack Daniels. I didn't know how much you and Nico had drank. I assumed you guys were drinking a beer or two at a restaurant. I didn't know you went straight to a liquor store. But I get him a pint of JD. I assume it's really his first serious drinking of the day, and he splits the pint with Nico. So that alone isn't an alarming amount
Killed that pint fast.
of liquor. But we're in front of the comedy club, and RDR, every word out of his mouth is something that we cannot have on YouTube. It's something that if a member of the ACLU were around, they would pick at us, perhaps. That's how he's just, rat.
Yeah.
Austin, you might have to bleep this a little bit, but it's just
Okay.
rat dick in the house, baby. You don't have to bleep this, but like, rat dick in the house, baby. Fucking suck my dick, rat dick.
Right.
Gonna fuck some rat pussy tonight. All you guys are fucking just slur.
Let me see your dick.
And he's just, whenever Leo and I are talking to somebody, he's running in front of the camera and screaming that stuff.
Running back to the green room where you guys are trying to obviously network.
We're meeting these big wigs. You know, we're meeting nonstop big wigs the whole night. And you know, this is our friend, RDR. But they got the vibe. You know, Rachel Wolfson says she's going to come on this pod and tase you, which will
I
be
am
fantastic.
down for that. That will be
dude,
fantastic.
yeah.
If I got bear maced, why would I be a pussy and say no to being tased?
Dude, the rat penis is going to get
That's
rock
great.
hard if Rachel Wolfson.
Can she
Are you
tase my-
attracted? Are you attracted to her?
yeah. Rat
like
pussy
her?
really wants to meet her.
Does she?
Really?
Yeah,
Is
so
Rat
maybe
Pussy a
she's-
fan of Rachel Wolfson?
Really is.
The stand-up comic girl?
Yeah. So maybe if Rachel is a fan of Rat Dick, we could do the Rachel Rat Dick Rat Pussy OnlyFans. I'm really trying to work a Rat Pussy in this
You
idea.
think you got a chance with Rachel?
Probably not with Rachel.
So you, in your head though, and I know he's fantasizes about this layout. Can you pull up Rachel Wolfson, Austin, so people can see her? Very attractive woman.
Yeah.
You have envisioned in your rat mind her coming back to the rat's nest, your studio apartment with dog feces everywhere, and sharing yours and Rat Pussy's love.
Oh God. On my bed. You know, hopefully you
Right
let us
there. Here we
use
go.
your
This is a great
office,
picture for
Danny.
the audience.
Maybe
No,
you should,
absolutely not.
Maybe you should just take her. Why would I take her?
If I will burn the office and collect insurance if you have a threesome in there with Rat Pussy Pam. Okay.
I will make sure that doesn't happen.
There we go.
But
So you see her sandwiched between you and your girlfriend?
me, Holly Day, Rachel, and Rat
Wow.
Pussy. Fuck.
Holly Day showed up to the show with another man that night.
Really?
How did you feel about that?
I
You
didn't-
probably don't remember that.
I
you know.
didn't see her. She must have been avoiding me. She at all costs because I know she has a crush on me.
Oh yeah.
Even more so after your performance. RDR.
I hope she saw it.
He keeps coming into the green room where Leo and I are chilling out with a number of industry bigwigs.
Yeah.
Bill Burr was there. Did you see Dave Chappelle stop by?
Dave Chappelle stopped by.
Chappelle was
If you would have
there,
stayed
dude.
later, dude, he would have been
God damn,
He
you saw-
he had 5 minutes after me and Leo.
Yep.
What?
He closed out the show, man.
Dude, I fucked up.
You fucked up big time. But
Yeah,
Anthony Jeselnik was in the green room with us too. Do you remember that?
I don't know who Anthony Dreselneck is.
Big time comic. 2
Huge
Netflix
comic,
specials.
dude.
We're in there.
I saw a bunch of like really rich looking dudes. That's all I saw. I kind of got. I feel like I was out of place at times, so I'm like, I'm gonna go find Fan Jerry. But Fan Jerry was even like, get the fuck away from me, man. Like, nah. But I don't know. He wasn't like that. He was just like, dude.
Well,
Like,
this is you.
I was like, yeah. I had to go sit with the Dino in the back.
You kept coming into the, green room, and he was like a record, an old fashioned spinning record. I was trying to make the record squeak noise. You can add in that sound effect that had been scraped. And therefore, it was stuck on the first 3 seconds of the song.
Exactly.
Just over and over and over. All he was talking about was pulling out the rat penis.
Sorry.
That's all he was talking about constantly. You want to see my Rachel Wolfson or Anthony Jeselnik or Dave Chappelle? We're trying to have a conversation. And Rat Dick just runs over. You want to see the rat penis?
That's pretty bad.
Those people weren't actually there.
Yeah.
But, and this,
I did ask Rachel that if she wanted to see the rap.
of course.
Yeah.
We have to kick you out of the green room. And RDR doesn't take that as a hint to go get an Aquafina, to take 15 minutes outside, get some air. He runs into the main room of the comedy club and starts screaming about his rat penis while comedians are on stage.
Yep. Big comedians.
They seem pretty
nonetheless.
big. Yeah.
I think the guy on stage wasn't it JT Parr? It was JT Parr from Chad and whatever goes deep.
Actually, I've never been like amazed by a comedy show unless it's you or Danny up there, or you and Leo.
Well, you didn't give this one much of a chance.
I didn't really give it much of a chance. You know, I was screaming, "Hey, I want to see your dick. You know, let me see that shit."
So he was, I think it was Bryson, a comedian we knew.
Oh, that's
knew-
right, Bryson.
Who was up
Bryson,
there.
yeah.
How did that go? I wasn't. So Austin, actually, yeah, Austin, you please sound off on this.
Yeah. What happened? Because me and Danny were in the green room. What did RDR do?
To finally get kicked out.
Rat Dick was just making it basically impossible for anybody to get through their set. They would be like about to set up a punchline.
Multiple people?
The whole night, dude.
Oh
the
my
whole
God.
night. Half of everybody's set was just criticizing Rat Dick and telling him to be quiet until eventually they made him leave.
That was really unprofessional on the part of the haha. There was no security guard there that night.
No, they always do have security. And that night, I don't know why they thought that having our fans there, we didn't need any security.
Right.
But
One of them called him retarded Dick Ralph.
that's dope.
That guy was like, "That's some rat dick racism," and the guy was like, "You guys want some rat dick racism? Is that what you're here for?" No, that's the last thing I remember.
I know you heckled Bryson, the guy we know. I didn't know he was heckling multiple people.
Every comedian the whole time.
So what did you think about that RDR? You think, screw these guys, they're not as important as me. I want
They're not as
everybody.
important as Danny and Leo. And
I want everybody to pay attention to RDR right
I'm like,
now.
why wasn't the whole thing just Danny Mole and crew members? That would be a great fucking comedy show. Even if the shitty ones, like Fan J went up there, he bombed. He'd probably be good, but
These shitty ones. even if the stupid fat smelly ones like Fangeria went up there and bombed, nice RDR.
no. But I'm sure everyone would love that shit. The atmosphere would be so fucking just lit, bro.
The problem was that he got an RDR chant going right when we walked in before the show had officially started. Yeah. Fans were in their seats, but nobody was on stage yet. An RDR chant got going, and that was all he needed.
He started his own Rat Dick Ralph.
He started
chant.
his own. Yeah.
You know, someone might have been somebody there was like Rat Dick Ralph.
It caught on.
Yeah, it kind of.
It caught on, but that was the first scrap you feed to the dog from the dinner table, and then it's there all night.
Oh my God! Wouldn't it be great if we just had like a literally like a native, like maybe like an Aborigine like blow dart thing where we could just take them out whenever we need it? Like, how awesome would it be to just bring that out at the haha? Just
We'd summon Dr. Ox fentanyl.
Oh my dude, it would be unbelievable. We need a guy who I say we fly down to South America and we adopt him personally. We just need a dude in feathers and face paint wearing a thong who goes "Eekam bookam."
Right. Rat Dick done. That's his one job. Like his timing's impeccable. Like whenever we really need him, he just pops out and gets Rat Dick right in the neck.
We just got to feed him one pig heart per week.
Yeah, exactly. He's fine. That's all he needs.
He can sleep in the bathroom.
Sleep in the bathroom in the podcast studio?
Yeah. So we're going to have to get him from like South America, most likely.
RDR, I mean, have you been like in your regular life, do you get kicked out of places all the time? I mean,
you know, not lately. Not really. That was kind of a first, you know, for a long time.
Is it nice that you and RDR share a studio apartment? Because she can't.
RPP, yeah.
What did I call her?
RDR. That's fine.
You and RPP, excuse me. It's got to be nice, though, because usually in a relationship, when somebody's acting up, the chick kicks the guy down to the couch.
Right.
But that's impossible because the couch is the bed you sleep on.
We actually do have two couches now. We bought two couches.
But they're in the same room.
Yeah, you can't really.
So Rat Pussy Pam can't kick you out anywhere.
There's not really anywhere to go.
How is the rent split up between you two?
So shoot, before she lost her job, it was pretty much half and half. Lately, it's just been, so we just paid our rent like last month, like last week. We were that far behind, and then like it's not that bad. Like
they're pretty forgiving there.
Yeah, they are very forgiving. They gave me like 20 days to pay my rent, but I hope it's not the same situation this month.
Otherwise, me and Leo, aka the taxpayers, are going to be paying your rent.
Yeah, well, no, it's just gonna take me like 2 paychecks, but like I got other bad news. I might lose the rat vehicle because I didn't make my rat payments, I guess, and for 2 months. So
you never drive the rat vehicle.
Yeah.
RPP drives the rat vehicle. It is the Ratmobile.
She drives me around. I'm really like I gotta do some deliveries this week and pay off that rat car.
We need to start making Danny Duncan money so we can buy them a new car and we get it done up like the grooming car in Dumb and Dumber.
Oh my God!
It needs to have a tail. It needs to have big ears with a bite out of one of them.
And the honk is like it's like a little squeal. Yeah. It's a little rat squeal.
It's got big on the grill. It's got 2 buck rat teeth.
Just lately, I've getting all fucked up. And this weekend, I did some coke, and I really could have been out there doing deliveries all day, making money.
Yeah, I know you did.
Can I tell you something, RDR? I mean, there is you can't do uppers, and you can't drink alcohol.
No.
If you want to stick around here for a while, I mean, those 2 things are just going to bring you down.
I won't do it.
Look at you. You can't stop wiping your nose. You're honestly disgusting.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
You know what I mean?
We need to learn how to shower, and we need to channel Stoned Beach Hippie.
We
need Stoned Beach Hippie. And real quick, shower. Try to get something that can scrub.
Right.
You put the soap on. You got to get your balls. You got to get your asshole. You got to get your armpits, your neck, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The rest of your body, if you can. But if you get those important parts, that's a step in the right direction.
Right.
Scrub the armpits, scrub your balls, scrub your asshole a little bit. Please, man. I mean, and your feet, buddy. Get a tool that can get the crap under your toenails. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Clip them. You know what I mean? And then wash your feet. If you know what I mean? Just mix it in every now and then. Just wash your feet every now and then.
I need to wash my shoes that I've got in the Swan Lake.
Sure.
You haven't disposed of those?
I'm going to wash them in my apartment's washer and dryer.
RDR, and let me tell you know that Ross has shoes for like
$20.
$11.
They're Nikes though. I got them for $20. At the beginning of the year, I should probably get a new pair of shoes.
You can get another $20 pair of shoes.
I
You pay $100 for wax like every 2 days, bro.
It's every week. Every time I get paid, I'll go get $100 worth of wax, and then I'll pay some bills, and then I'll get some food, and then I got to do some deliveries after that.
I like that. Those are the priorities in Rat Dick world. It's he's going to spend $100 on himself on wax,
drugs,
then maybe some bills. Food is last.
Yeah, gotta get some food.
$5,400 a year on wax ain't that bad. It's probably only a quarter, a third.
Fuck
of what he makes.
Yeah.
Probably a little more. And also, I would be more disturbed that you're recycling those shoes. Again, this lake was the color of chocolate milk, but Dino is wearing some shoes that I wore into a body of water in a video. And he's been wearing them for a year and a half.
Guys, I don't understand being cheap about like shoes nowadays. They're so affordable.
They are affordable.
I've been wearing the same pair since I met you guys.
This isn't the 30s when like a leather shoe was like half of your fucking income for the month.
Yeah.
You can go to any Ross and we're talking $11 shoes.
Listen, this is what happened, RDR.
True.
It used to be that a guy named W.B. Wallace, in somewhere in Ohio, made your shoes by hand. Okay, but what happened? Globalization. We started outsourcing. Now, a cute little Chinese boy in the mainland of China, he makes your footwear.
Away.
Okay, what that means is that RDR, this close to getting kicked out of his apartment, can still go into a Ross and get a good bargain.
Right. I'm not getting kicked out of my apartment. I got to pay my bills. I need to stop doing coke on the weekends, and I'll be able to make more money to pay my car.
Let's do that. Let's stop.
No more coke,
No
man.
more coke.
No more coke.
Yeah.
Now let's switch it up a little bit. Danny, was your first really? I feel like your first moment of maybe a little bit of falling in love with stand-up or feeling the energy. You know what I mean? What was it like being on stage, and did you enjoy it? Like, what do you see? What's the future of Danny Mullen in stand-up?
So sad I missed it.
Oh, the future is bright, Leandro.
Future is bright.
But first, we gotta watch the clip of RDR post.
Oh yeah. Let's before we get in, you're right. I forgot about those clips. I did post, if you guys haven't seen it yet, on the Leo and Danny Instagram, I posted a video that RDR sent me very late into the night of him having close to a mental breakdown because
We should go in chronological order here.
You thought you lost your wax and you sent me that?
Yeah. I was all like bummed out so that I lost my $100 worth of wax I got that week.
I mean, you cried. There was a tear.
Yeah, that was good. So after I kicked out of the comedy show, I was like, fuck Danny Mullen, you kicked me out. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, we're going to watch that right now. But RDR, just really quickly out of curiosity, either you lose Rat Pussy Pam, she leaves you, she moves out, or you can never dab again.
Oh, God.
I know the answer.
Well, where would I go if I could keep the apartment,
Yeah, she just leaves.
All right.
You're taking the dab.
I'm taking the dab.
RDR, would you give like a fat guy hand job for like 3 months worth of wax?
Fuck, a fat guy like Fangeria or Mudflap.
Yeah, let's say Mudflap or Fan Jerry. Yeah,
dude. Of course he would.
I put on my rat fans.
When he's drunk, he gets so gay.
He does.
He always wants to see my penis. He said my penis was fire today.
Yeah, it's not gay though.
He begged me to show it to him in the bathroom, and I was like, "All right, here." I did. And he was like, "Dude, that's a fire dick."
No,
I did beg to see it.
What?
That's kind of gay.
You begged.
That's kind of gay when you say it like that.
Worried about you, man.
Of course, he would jerk a guy out for free wax, dude.
We need to set that situation up.
We do. So this is RDR. He finally makes such a spectacle, and I think they gave him a long leash because they knew he was with us, and it was 80 to 80. It was 85% our fans. Though.
It was 88. Almost all our fans, yeah.
And they were awesome. So great to see you guys.
It was so dope seeing you. If you were listening to the pod and you were there, we love you. Come back, man.
Thank you for doing the Rat Dick Ralph chant with me. That was sick.
So this is RDR right after he finally is escorted out by a collection of people, not security guards, at the venue.
Fan Jerry was great.
I don't know why I tagged Doc Jock Nico. I should video and
Danny Mullen just kicked your boy out of the comedy show. Fuck fuck you, Haha Comedy Club, and fuck you, Danny Mullen. Fuck you, bitch. You kicked me out of your show? You're a pussy.
Oh my god.
What's up, buddy? So you're here. You're here right in front of Danny right now. How does that make you feel watching something like that? We give you a platform. We give you friends like Dino.
We get you chicks, Austin. People like Holly Day,
Right.
and this is how you thank us.
Holly Day was going to jerk you off with a stick. I don't know if that's going to happen now after that.
I mean, there's got to be some sort of repercussions.
Look at me.
I hope-
Look at me.
Okay. Just my nose is like so clogged and I'm crying over here right now. I really hope that there's no repercussions for this. And really, I have a tear coming down my eye about this.
Because you are so unhealthy that you destroyed your nose and it does not work anymore. It does not keep the snot in, and it's quite disgusting.
I'm kind of crying right now because like of how upset I did that to you boys, and you know that's fucked up.
See, priorities, RDR. You told me you were going to start an OnlyFans with RPP by today, and I bet you haven't because you haven't been able to get your crap together.
RDR, I still want an apology here.
I know, Danny. I apologize. That was very fucked up for me to say that, and it was not true at all. And I was just directing a lot of anger towards getting kicked out, really wanting to be there to support you and go on stage and say my Ratic part because I was working on some Ratic stand up.
Oh, really?
I was gonna pull out my Ratic. I really was, and I would have
Wow.
risked it all. And I know it would have
Have you
been funny
thought
as
about
fuck. And I probably would have ran out of there as fast as possible after that because everyone been like, whoa. But I really do apologize, and I apologize to everybody in the crew for like spazzing out.
You know,
and especially you, Danny, because I said fuck you and like called you all those names. That was so fucked up, and I got very depressed after that.
Yeah, let's watch this real quick.
wait. I want to say one thing. We'll watch this,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
I
yeah.
do have a way that I think he can make it up to me.
Oh, fantastic. Let's watch it. Before we
I
start
have
this,
to kiss two asses today.
Let's watch
stop
this.
it. A fan said this about you in this video. A fan said that you look like an avocado that was left out or left in the fridge too long. That's so funny. Look at that. All right, go ahead.
Oh my god.
I lost. What do I do? I lost all my wax. And I'm really depressed.
This is RDR very close to rock
What
bottom.
do I
Rock bottom. Yeah,
See
definitely.
the tear right there? The beginning?
This rock bottom is relative for you because I mean you really hit rock bottom in 2020.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
this
that
is
was nothing. That was it really could have gotten worse if Rat Pussy wouldn't have picked me up that night. And
Yeah.
maybe I would have like tried to go back in and be like, "We're calling the cops."
this isn't rock bottom. We
Yeah.
haven't hit the bedrock,
I
at
would've
which
gone to
point you
jail.
can't dig
That'd be rock
anymore.
bottom.
Right.
We've hit the water table.
If, like, the
where
guy
your
was
whole
trying to
let
disrupt the
you're talking over me.
Sorry.
Where we've hit the water table where your hole starts to fill up.
Exactly.
That's what this is right here.
Yeah.
RDR,
Yeah.
you're demanding wax. You're like David Hasselhoff when he had that horribly embarrassing video of him drunk on a hotel room floor.
Yeah.
I never saw
That's
that.
very embarrassing. of
This
me.
is where you're at right now.
yeah, this is fucking embarrassing as shit. And I learned my lesson.
We
here,
did,
boys.
and like, come on. I mean, look, maybe we just don't give you alcohol anymore. Like, I know from now on, but like, you have to not do coke on your own. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, the more you get, the more podcasts you do, the more stand up shows you go to with us or whatever. More and more fans are going to offer you drugs, and you have to have the wherewithal to say no.
Yeah, and I'll be saying no. Trust me, man. And
Yeah?
I really want you guys to give me alcohol and shoots though, because I could really get crazy out there.
I gave you a pint of Jack Daniels to split with my cameraman. That was all I authorized. And what I got out of that was way more than a pint's worth of trouble.
It was bad.
So I don't know if I'm going to keep giving you alcohol on shoots. I want you to focus on your rat dick art. You said you were writing some rat dick stand up and you were thinking about pulling out your rat penis on stage. This is the only way I will forgive RDR is when our guest joins us today. I want to see a few minutes of rat dick stand up. He's been working on material. I want to vet it.
That's perfect. We got the mic. You'll stand up. You'll do it in front of the guest, and
I'll
you got to do
I'll
your
talk,
best.
But I don't really know very much comedy.
You said
Shut
you were
up.
working on it.
I'm working on it.
I want to see what you're working on.
All right.
Hey, you better
right.
try your best. You better put
right.
your soul into it. Fans, I think the fans here.
Oh, here we go.
Bring them in.
You want to go bring him in?
Go. Yeah, Dino can bring him in, I guess.
I was looking at you, RDR.
You want me to open the door?
Yeah, look at his ego is already
Got him,
so
got
out of
him.
control that he's looking at people like Dino and Austin to go do the dirty work.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't have his pants down when he opens the door. should he?
That might lose our guest before we have him in the
before we
building.
have him in the building. But at some point, maybe the Robin will fly.
RDR is making friends with a guest. He's saying, "What's up, baby? Welcome him in." What's up, man?
What's up?
Welcome to the
my
show.
man? What's your name,
up, guys?
brother?
We're gonna get you on a mic here before they talk too much. You want to sit down? RDR
wanna
is
sit down?
hightailing it to the bathroom. I don't know what he's got planned over there.
Who knows?
You want to
I'm
grab?
in.
What's up, dude? Danny. Fresco. We have Fresco in the
I'm
building.
Leo. Nice to meet you.
Fresco, we hear, is from RDR's apartment complex. There, RDR, you want to sort out which mic goes to who here, or Austin, do you want to do that? There we are. RDR is going to sit over there.
Perfect. You just grab that handheld, my man, and just talk right into it, so you
Yeah.
get the most crispy sound.
Fresco, welcome. We're going to
Yo,
come to
yo.
you in one
Yo,
second.
yo,
We just got to
perfect.
wrap
That's
up.
good.
There's a couple things we were talking about that we're going to finish up, if that's all right. Then we're going to get to you and RDR's living situation at your apartment complex, and I think he's got an apology to make.
And then we'll get into you and what you do and stuff. And then RDR does have an apology at some point that we will extend out. Hell yeah.
He's going to do some stand-up, too.
Fresco,
I hope you're a
you're
comedy
looking
fan.
Yeah.
He's good. He's
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
He's a serious writer, serious thinker.
Yeah, he is.
He is the Bill Hicks, we say, of the 2020s.
He's a lot of people call him like you know how some people are autistic and they're geniuses though, like have Asperger. He's kind of like that in the comedy world. It's weird that he just puts things together. He thinks in such a very, it's almost like a unique kind of special way that nobody else looks at the world, and that's the way he looks at it. And you'll see during his stand-up.
I took an
It's
IQ
phenomenal.
test. I'm just slightly above average, so might be a retard. Who knows?
But his comedy is genius.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know Ari Emanuel is actually looking to sign him. So Leo, were at the comedy show. You were asking me about the set.
Yeah.
It went well.
Yeah.
It was fun. The most pivotal moment is when I got heckled by a chubby Latino woman.
Oh yeah, it happened. It's weird because it seemed like I don't know where it came from, but it was a gift from God because it provided one of the biggest laughs of the night.
So this is what happened. I think I know maybe where it came from. I wanted to call attention to the fact that during my set, I was getting filmed by Nico. Because it's sort of douchey. There are a bunch of other stand-up comics there. And for us, it looks like we're filming an episode of MTV Punk'd at the end where all the cameras rush out. I got
Right.
Kelvin on the side of the stage, Nico in the middle, people with their phones out.
Yeah.
So to address that, I was telling him about our YouTube squad and how you and Nico have Latino beef. You're both South American. And I told the story in
Yeah.
particular about how one day on the road, after Nico hadn't showered for a couple of days, you looked at him and you said, "Nico, you look like a dirty little beep
Yeah,
SP."
Yeah. I can say it, or I don't know.
I don't know if you two might instantly demonetize us, but it was on stage, so fuck it. I just let it rip.
You can say anything on stage. Really.
You can say anything on stage. That's the vibe
Just
of
pull out your
It's
dick.
the vibe, man.
That's the vibe. So I say that, and then everybody loves it. It gets a big laugh. But the Latino
Same thing
woman,
kids do.
I think, and she didn't look like a woke Latino woman.
No.
They looked like they could have been Danny Mullen fans.
I think they were. Her guy was. Her guy
Probably,
was. Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, it was a double date. 2 tables, guy, girl, guy, girl. During the rest of my material, I'm going through it. I hear some chatter coming from that table. I sense that not all is well within the comedy club. Set's going totally fine. But eventually I can no longer ignore the situation. I turn over and I say, "What's going on here?" And she starts yelling, "This is not funny. You're not funny." And I don't even really remember. I haven't watched it back yet. But what did I say?
You said the only thing funny is your waistline.
Yeah, or something like nothing. Well, nothing I could say will be as funny as your waistline.
And then you went back to the people. Then you go, "I'm sorry, I was interrupted. What was I saying before? I was interrupted by that monster." And so both of those got gigantic laughs. Obviously, it's fun to perform in front of the fans too, because they almost finish our sentences.
Yeah.
They know where we're going with stuff, and they love it, dude.
They loved it. A good old fat joke. And
Oh,
it was
yeah.
after the show, I actually felt a little bit bad that I had called this woman fat. And you could tell, it shut her the fuck up. She didn't make a peep the rest of the show. And she looked like some sense had been put into her.
Yeah.
But I felt bad. But the thing was, when we have all of our fans there, we have cameras rolling. Clearly, it was a big night for us. To yell that I'm not funny and to interrupt the set that's going for the throat.
Yeah, and that has to be a fan that or a person that hasn't been to too many comedy clubs, because I saw a lady do that to Jeff Ross one time, and he goes, "Why don't you go back to destroying those nachos?" It was a very similar idea and a huge like fat joke. It was, and he killed with that too. So that person's never going to do that again. This person that did that to you is never going to do that again. But that happens to people when you go to comedy clubs. You get roasted, and then you never do that again. You don't heckle comedians. You don't, unless you want to be on a video. I mean, the truth is, we might have the second angle to actually show the girl. I mean, who knows?
Oh, she'll be in there.
She's going to be in there, which will be dope. I mean, that's what happens now.
I can't. Her boyfriend, I don't know who would ever let their woman call out at a comedian like that on stage.
Shouldn't, yeah.
It was nuts. But that was the one thing that kept me from feeling bad about telling this lady she was fat in front of 100 people.
Yeah.
Was because, again, dude, she went for the throat. If I didn't have a retort, my set would have been done.
It's true.
I wouldn't have been able to recover.
And you were relaxed up there, but when she did, how did you feel when she said it wasn't funny? Was it like a moment of like a little fear, and then you just snapped, or it was just like perfect in a way?
I was in the zone.
It was great. It was
fine.
great. It looked natural and dope. I knew that as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, he's definitely going to want to do this all the time now, or do it again, which is great. So.
Yeah, but it was okay. I've had some notoriously bad stand-up sets in the past. And
okay, your first two you've ever done.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true. Yeah.
And you put, I mean, doing a stand-up act in front of like 80 people the first time you do it is like, that's crazy. Dude. Nobody ever does it like that,
Yeah, but it went all right.
It went great.
You and Nico, Nico might have killed harder than both of us.
No, Nico murdered. He has like very like he's got a Leo joke.
Yeah, he did.
He got him up on stage at the end.
He went right after Dave Chappelle. So it was me, Leo, Dave Chappelle, Nico.
Chappelle went, and then Nico closed the show, and he killed it. Dude.
Yeah,
what did he say up there?
It was weird. People thought Nico couldn't follow Dave, but I think he did a damn fine job.
No, he murdered.
He basically insulted Dave Chappelle's act for half of his set.
Yeah,
Nico.
No,
Which
wild.
It killed because Dave was off that night. I think he might have smoked a little too much. He was working on some new stuff.
He was like philosophizing a lot. It was mostly just like observational stuff that with no punchlines. You know what I mean?
Nico goes up there and goes, "Hey, was that Dave Chappelle or Aristotle?" Oh, huge
laugh.
And Dave hadn't even walked fully out of the club yet, and Dave was pissed, dude.
Yeah, he was.
Dave was
I could be a
pissed.
stand-up comedian if I keep trying.
He's on his own world right now. He's in his own world.
We need the blow dart guy, dude. We need that guy, dude.
If you want to be a stand-up comedian, we're going to talk about that right now. I'm sorry, remind me your name one more time, man, and grab that microphone.
Fresco, right?
Fresco.
Fresco.
Great name.
You call yourself the Creative Stoner on Instagram?
I am the creative stoner.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
That's a stage name.
He used to be Stoned Beach Hippie, Fresco.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was his name
Oh,
on
nice.
Instagram.
That was
Stoner to stoner.
Stoner to stoner, man. Now
Dick Ralph.
he hits dabs all the time. Now he's more of a, I don't know. He changed his name on Instagram to Rat Dick Ralph.
I seen that when we followed each other.
How do you feel about that, Fresco?
Rat Dick Ralph?
Yeah.
I've accidentally like gone through my stories and like seen his story, so it's on brand.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
what I would
What do
say.
you see on those stories?
I just see a rat and like half naked man. I
Yep.
don't know if he's actually fully naked because the.
Yeah, why don't we show him you know what? I got a video, Fresco, that you might want to see. It's unedited.
Dabs. Yeah, it's unedited.
Yeah, it's unedited, and RDR sent me this.
Okay.
And it'll kind of give you the vibe, the general vibe of what he does on these videos. You know what I mean?
Selling these videos.
Yeah, I guess-
uncensored to boys, men online, $20 a pop.
Yeah, Fresco, so what's going on here is, I don't know if you knew this about your neighbor. He has a small business where he sends fans videos of him taking a dab and then showing his penis.
Oh.
A few $100s.
How much did you make?
A few hundred so far.
It's a good business.
It's unique. It's different.
It is.
It's different. Yeah, I mean, if you want to see it later, I
I'm
got
gonna
you.
start an
man.
OnlyFans.
For sure. For
Oh,
sure.
Just,
Do you just want to play it across the room?
Yeah,
Fresco's
I'll
down.
play it across
Yeah,
the
we
room.
have a
Let me
thing
find
here
it. You
where
guys chat it up while I find
I
it.
get
real quick.
naked sometimes.
Yeah, you just put the mic audio.
So I might get
put it-
naked at one point today if that's okay with you.
For me personally, I wouldn't be interested in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But if that's what you guys do here, though,
Yeah, we'll get a little crazy, and
Fresco,
I've had a lot of drug-induced psychotic moments in my past.
to say the least. Fresco, what's it like having this guy as a neighbor? What's the attitude toward him at the complex?
So I actually don't live there anymore, but I mean, from what I hear, he's He's great, stellar guy.
Uh-huh.
Stellar guy. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
People
a pretty
say that
good
who
person in
haven't
the
been.
community.
Yeah, they haven't been in your apartment if they say that. You're good in the community. When you first met this guy, Fresco, did you think he was all there?
This is our first time meeting.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought you guys knew each other.
This
Where
dude
did we
over
find
here.
Fresco?
This is
Yeah, I thought you sent me his Instagram and said that he used to live in your building or he lived in your
his
building.
buddy, and that's how I met the creative stoner. Well, your name is TJ, right?
T. Ross.
Yeah.
We have T. Ross, another man sitting off camera here. Do you know T. Ross from your building?
Yeah. T. Ross.
T. Ross,
He's
can
a
you
music
confirm
producer.
that? Do
He
you
works
know
with
Rat Dick
Atlanta.
Ralph?
Atlantic producers.
Technically, I always see him outside. He can maybe not
Yeah.
even live there.
Okay,
I don't know.
He could be homeless. You're right.
Potentially.
so this
I
is
got the video pulled up too if you want to
this
see
is
it.
very, very confusing. Fresco, how do you know RDR? Can you please break it down for us?
So yeah, I mean, this is our first time meeting. I mean, we've met on Instagram through Trav,
Yeah.
but in person, this is our first time.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
So you organized this guest, Rat Dick.
Leo asked me if I knew anybody that could replace King Croc. And I said, yeah.
I'd say replace King Croc. No, I said an African American member of the community that you are friends with, and then you
I'm
gave me
friends
this guy's
with him.
Instagram.
I'm friends with him. Our dogs are friends.
I do hear their dogs are friends.
All right,
That's cool.
Our dogs are like best friends. Like your dog's name is Crew. Yep.
Well, RDR does take very good care of his dogs.
Yep.
Okay, well, we're going to show Fresco this video really quickly because I guess
Fresco.
we have to give Fresco more of a background on Rat Dick Ralph,
Who your neighbor is?
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, let's just watch
his former neighbor, I guess.
We'll pull this up just so you guys know.
Leo is sitting on the couch between Fresco and RDR. And Leo, can you mic that up? Please mic up the video. This, and people, if you go to RDR's Instagram, you can get one of these clips personalized
What's
for
up,
you.
my rat babies? About to take a fat dab. First, Leo bought this shout out to help me remember to wash my feet. Also, subscribe to the Patreon for the Leo and Danny show, baby. It's sick. You'll see a whole lot of uncensored rat dick.
Okay. Tell me when it's out, Leo.
That'll be out shortly here. There it is, dude. There
It's
it
out.
is.
Fresco's had
This
about
part
enough.
I actually can't see.
Fresco's
but
looking away.
I understand the concept.
You get the concept. The
is
concept.
enough for
You got
me.
this.
Fresco,
Actually-
he was a good sport about it, though.
Yeah. So the last part I just could not tune into. But
No
yes,
problem.
You know, I understand the concept.
Fresco, you seem like a guy. You live in LA. What did he say?
He's just. I mean, it's shocking to see that thing.
But he
You know what I mean? For the first time. You know what I mean?
You
But
live
this
in
is the
LA,
guy.
though. You understand the hustle.
If he said a couple hundred,
Trying to make money.
yeah, like
I took my girl out
Fresco,
for
you can talk right
anniversary.
into
Oh, my bad,
Yeah,
my
no
bad.
problem.
Yeah, a couple hundred. Yeah, no, that's a good business because it's like I was talking to my friend about this. Like in business like that, you don't ever have to re-up on product. Like
That's right. It's endless. It's right there in his pants.
I'm gonna do an OnlyFans.
If only you could upgrade the product because that thing's
with
pretty
me and Rat
small.
Pussy.
Yeah.
potentially, yes.
Did you ever
So-
see his lovely girlfriend around the apartment complex?
No, I have not actually.
Really?
Well,
He
again,
does
I've
have a-
never seen him at the park complex.
He's got a real thick Latina,
think,
dude. Nobody knows how he pulled her, dude.
think
She's,
T-Ross
fucking-
has met
she's
him.
hot.
It might be the clout though.
Not her.
It might be
It
the
is the
clout.
clout.
It might be the clout.
I met her before the clout.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's even more amazing. Actually,
So
Just
Fresco,
kept her because of the clout, you know.
I guess
it's hard to keep him.
I guess. Well, first of all, we wanted to get him to do some stand-up comedy because he said he was working on his Rat Dick comedy. So, do you want to stand up?
Yeah, I'll
right
stand
now.
up, yeah.
Okay, take your earphones off. Grab that mic that's
Fresco, if you don't mind passing him the mic.
Oh, yes, for
he's
sure.
gonna
or
do
that one. He
some
can do that
stand-up.
one. He can do
Oh,
that
that one works
Yeah,
too. So,
I'll help him.
right now, Leo, I'm going to have you give him an introduction because you're the host at these shows.
I am the host of these shows. Coming to the stage now is a man that you all know as RDR, Rat Dick Ralph. His credits include his about half-inch penis.
Yep.
That's one of his credits. And
Hey, let me get to the
he
point.
used to,
My
he used
name's
to stop
Rat
it.
Dick
Stop
Ralph.
it. You are not on stage yet. he used to do meth. And now he's kind of got his life together, sort of. Anyway, welcome RDR to the stage.
Rat Dick! Rat Dick is in the house. Hey, let me introduce myself. My name's Rat Dick Ralph. You know, rats like cheese, right? You know, I like cheese too, but you know, I get my cheese. I come in a box and I let it sit there for a few months. Oh, okay, all right. Well, You know, I eat that cheese afterwards, and you know, sometimes I feed it to the community because I got to make money. Because you know, Ratic's a little tight on rat funds sometimes. So.
Nice.
What I do is I go out, and some people, you've heard of a lemonade stand. You heard of a cum stand? That's what I do. I sell cum. All right. And you know, one time there was a group of people that came down the street. It was a family. I was a little nervous to sell my cum to children.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But so I just ran away and left all the cum sitting there. That wasn't a good idea either. That cum wasn't contaminated with a lot of diseases, and these kids, they thought it was cheese.
Oh.
So I get a call.
Where's the blow dart guy, huh? You need him.
I get a thing in the mail a couple weeks later. It says, hey, you infected 32 kids with some sort of unknown rat disease. This was through a cheese. We think it was cheese. It was moldy and green. It looks like cheese. It had a very strong pungent odor.
I've never heard him use a big word like pungent.
Hey, I didn't give no cheese to kids. I left that there. I was trying to make money with that. That's what I sent them back in the mail. Now I'm on the run to Mexico.
You suck. The robin flies at dawn.
Oh God!
This is where it
God,
happens.
dude, this is what happened.
The part that y'all talked about.
they call me, Rat Dick Ralph.
Oh my God, dude! Just no underwear either. You're just wearing shorts under that thing, huh?
So
So what did you all think of my...
I'm going to give you the
What did you
rundown.
guys think
right
of
now.
my rat dick?
I want to give him the rundown. Sit down and
down.
just listen right now. I don't think I've ever heard RDR communicate as effectively as he did right there.
It wasn't bad.
The rhythm was actually sort of valid.
He had a cadence to him, you know. He had a little punchline-y. He had a couple punchlines.
The thing was the content of what he was saying. The rhythm was great. The content seems like it was written by a 14-year-old artificial intelligence program. Though.
I thought where he was going is that he was getting his cheese was from Leo's penis.
I thought that would have
It
been
was
better.
my
That would've
cum.
been
It was
That
my
would have been
cum,
a
so I told
better-
you I came in box.
I get it. I sort of get it. Not really.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much to get. But doesn't it seem like it was like an AI program that was designed to talk like a 14-year-old?
Exactly.
That was the content.
That's when I stopped growing up.
But it was actually
I'm not 14. I've grown up more than 14.
it was actually that remains to be seen. I think a 14-year-old can clean themselves in a shower.
I think it was better than what some of those people at the push bar were doing. This wasn't long enough.
What'd you call it? The push bar?
The push weed bar on Thursday? Is that still going on this Thursday?
That place.
Yeah, I could go on stage and do my routine.
No,
I think
we
you're-
don't have a show this Thursday.
Okay. I just can't be talking about selling cum to kids. Got to be a little maybe teenagers.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. That's a mighty big part of your act.
Yeah. I was at something.
Fresco,
I
you-
ran away because I didn't want the
Fresco,
kids
you
to
got
get
a
any of
you
the
got a
cum.
couple friends you can just send
The
over to his
rat- the-
apartment
those
and
cheese.
just beat the living shit out of him, dude.
No, please don't beat me up. That was a joke. Don't beat me up for that.
What do you think, Fresco?
I mean,
Instantly, like in my instant contact list, probably not.
probably
but
not. All right,
not. I
we
just
can
got
work
the
on
phone.
it. Yeah, we can work on that.
That was a joke.
Contact.
Was that too far? Was that my joke?
The thing about 14-year-old kids eating jizz? Yeah, I think so, buddy.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
apologize.
like stuff like that.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was funny.
None of us do, dude.
Well,
I
listen,
mean, come on,
dude.
man. Like, I mean, kids are the most innocent things around, man. Like, you want to like joke about kids, bro? I mean, come on, man.
RDR, talking to the mic if you're going to defend yourself, but honestly, man, kids are the future.
Yeah, kids are the
I was
future.
joking, and I didn't sell it. I wasn't going to sell it to anybody. That's why I ran away because I was selling it to adults.
I mean, what happened to you when you're? I mean, things happened to you when you were a child that really changed who you were, right?
That was a really bad joke.
I mean, that is coming in to the Garden of Eden,
Yeah.
okay, and giving them the poisoned apple. But
That
instead
was
of a
bad
poisoned
joke.
apple,
I just
it's-
don't know any jokes. That's why I was like,
Dude, but you just attack kids. That's where
I'm
your
not
brain
attacking
goes,
kids.
bro. That's where your brain
I'm
goes.
not attacking kids.
what do you
Just
have against
attacking
children,
kids?
man?
I'm not attacking kids. I'm just selling this rat cheese.
You're trying to have kids. You're trying to have kids with RPP, and you're talking like this.
You've been
man?
finishing in your girlfriend, and you're going to have a baby someday. How would you like it if some depraved lunatic sells him his own seed?
I wouldn't do that.
Well, no, what if
it was
some
a
other
stupid
lunatic
joke.
does?
It was a stupid joke.
What if some other?
It's not funny, man.
not
Comedy,
funny.
you got to punch up, dude.
Yeah.
That's punching down. That's not cool.
Come on, man.
Can I tell you guys a Jeffrey Epstein joke?
That doesn't sound good either.
Yeah. All right.
He
There's
fucked
children
kids.
involved.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
He fucked 12-year-olds, dude.
fucked
What do you think that's going to win us? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
No, I'm not
No,
gonna
let's
say
hear it. Come on, Leo.
Say the fucking joke now, man.
All right. Is anybody here a big Kobe Bryant fan? I don't want to piss anybody off though.
Danny's
Fresco, are you a Kobe Bryant
Fresco,
fan?
You a Kobe
I
Bryant?
love Kobe, but
You're
I
a
want to
Lakers-
hear the joke.
You're a Lakers fan, born and raised?
Yeah, I've always been a Lakers
Hell
fan.
yeah.
Just don't
So-
hit me after this.
So you've got
Alright.
you got a Kobe fan and you got some Epstein fans over here. Let's
All right. What's the difference between Kobe Bryant and Jeffrey Epstein?
What?
Only 2 kids went down on Kobe's chopper.
You read that on like Twitter.
I read that online, but it's funny as fuck.
Thank you, dude.
Danny, don't touch.
Dude,
Danny, what is
dude, why would you go there, man? You know this. You know he's sensitive, man.
Really?
You know he's fucking sensitive about the kids, bro.
Really?
Yeah, man. You did it again,
Really?
rat dick. Come on, man.
Should I leave?
Fucking
I think you
probably,
should go out
dude.
there and apologize.
Go out there and talk to Danny, dude.
I'm sorry, Danny.
Fuck was that?
Man, come on,
That
man.
was a bad joke.
You gonna do that to me?
No, that was a bad joke. Should I
Bro,
leave?
RDR, bro. Come on, man.
Baby?
Listen,
I didn't mean to cuss. I didn't mean to.
Kobe Bryant is one of the most beloved figures in this city.
Yeah.
And his 2 daughters were beautiful and innocent. And Jeffrey Epstein was a hell of a money manager.
fucked up.
I-
You have no right.
I read the Mamba mentality 13, 14 times, and Epstein's financial advice, it changed my life.
That was fucked up.
Listen, he was one of the first guys to recommend index funds.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
He was the first guy to say, hey, spread out the risk. And
Right.
you're going to talk about him being a bad guy?
No. I'm so sorry, and I was fucked up to joke about rat cheese too.
Yeah, dude.
Oh. Get on the mic. Get back on the mic, dude.
I was just scared because I didn't want to make you so mad at me, baby. Like,
Oh, my God. I mean,
Listen, easy-
Fresco, what are you saying, Lee? I'm sorry.
Fresco. He's kind of like a work in progress. We're trying to help him kind of, function in society, man. I mean, the man doesn't know how to shower. You know what I mean? He's trying to impregnate his wife right now, his girlfriend, which we don't want him to have a kid. Do you think this guy should reproduce? I mean, Fresco, I know you don't know him that well, but I mean, look at him. You know what I'm saying? What kind of advice do you want to? You got any kids, Fresco?
I don't have any kids.
Hell yeah, man.
I would say stay away from it as long as you can.
Yeah.
Do you have any siblings, Fresco?
I do.
Do you have a sister?
I do.
Would you ever want him dating her?
Yeah, I mean,
Ideally, no, but I'm
Right.
just very protective of my sister. It has nothing to do with you as a person.
I would never go after
you're a
your
nice
sister.
guy,
Appreciate it,
Fresco. You're a nice
appreciate
guy.
Would you say that the swastika on his hand?
Swastika.
Is a
It's a swastika. It's
it's
a pentagram.
No, I'll give you a little
It's
credit here.
the Satan
Austin.
sign.
That's a mythical, spiritual symbol. Has been around for
Fresco, I've been
centuries.
trying to get that covered up.
been around for
Didn't
more than
realize
centuries.
that
I should've
at all,
got the seed
actually.
of
Did not
life.
catch
BS.
that.
We don't like. We're not about that life here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're actually religious.
Okay.
We don't like that about him, and we want to get that covered up.
And anything is on my right hand because I gotta warn myself away from bad things. 'Cause you always grab drugs or sit with your right arm. Like, I'm gonna do this.
I
I did not
good to know it's been
that.
working.
I did not know that.
Like, oh, the Satan's. I gotta keep the Satan away.
Yeah,
from that
it's
shit.
good. It's good to know that tattoo has dissuaded you from doing drugs.
Yeah, it doesn't work too much lately.
Yeah, it hasn't worked. Fresco, I want a fresh take on RDR right now. Leo and I, we've got our opinions. We think his humor is foul. We think his body odor is even fouler.
Yes.
Fresco, if you found out that RDR here was engaged to your sister, what would you tell him to change about himself so that he could be a better husband?
You'll say he doesn't know how to wash himself.
He doesn't, man.
Not really.
Yeah,
He smells terrible.
It would
bro.
probably have to start there.
Yeah.
Sure.
I feel like that
Sure.
would be the main thing to attack. From there, I feel like
At least hygiene. You know what I mean?
Hygiene,
Number one thing. You know what I mean? Like, even if you're a homeless person, but you got good hygiene, you
can
don't
get
seem
by.
homeless. You don't seem homeless.
people
right?
won't know.
People won't know.
Yeah. That means you can go into the Starbucks, you can ask for a big cup of water, and they'll just be like, he's just a businessman who's a little thirsty.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not a homeless man that might be addicted to meth and or fentanyl.
Yeah, I'm not homeless. I have an apartment I stay in at night, but I really think that the rat dick, he needs to stay off the drugs. I'm off the fentanyl and the meth. Right now I'm just in a little cocaine.
Is that good? If he's going to get engaged to your sister, you want him off the fentanyl and the drugs.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Ratic, I admire his dedication to the whole rat universe. I like how he breaks everything down into rat currency. Where he was talking about rat funds,
Rat fund.
his Ratmobile, his
Rat
rat
coin.
shrooms, rat coin is a new digital currency he's going to get up and running. This really, I love it. I love how you're making your life more and more rat-like.
I am. I'm really trying to progress the rat. My jokes are centered around rat.
I like that.
My whole thing would be a rat.
I love
It's
that.
brand.
Yeah, that's branding. That is
That's
branding.
really smart.
You said you had some rat merch that was unreleased, right?
I do. I have a really sick rat design. A guy did a Rat Dick Ralph design for me that is badass, dude. It's a rat smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer with his little dick out.
That's awesome.
That is pretty dope.
That's awesome.
I can
It's-
see it going viral.
I could see it absolutely too.
Hopefully.
I mean, that could be the next Supreme, the next, I don't know, insert another name of some brand on Melrose.
For real.
What's another cool clothing brand?
You said Supreme, right?
Yeah. You and I are both pretty limited in this regard. It
Yeah.
does say, pardon me, I'm stoned on your hat,
It
though.
does.
So you got an
Hold up.
excuse.
Yeah, you know.
Fresco, what drugs do you like to do?
You know, rat weed. No, just regular weed. Just
Rat dabs, baby.
Stay away from the rat weed
Yeah, stay from the rat
Shrooms.
dabs.
because it's meth.
Weed and
Some shrooms.
shrooms is usually where I kind of keep it in the box. You feel me?
See, this is a beat. This is a stoned. His Instagram handle used to be stoned beach hippie. This is the energy of a stoned beach hippie. This is what we like, Rat Dick. We don't like the crazy stuff.
You know, that's why I was saying this could be the new King Croc. He's a stoner. Maybe not the new King Croc, but we bringing in another.
We used to have a black man that was our third mic.
Okay.
And unfortunately, he had a little bit of a bout with his mental health, and he's taken a break now.
Okay.
And we do like the energy that a black man brings to the pod. You know what I'm saying? It's a different perspective and stuff like that. And
They're not the third mic. The Rat Dick has already taken the third mic. He could be the fourth mic.
For sure.
the fourth mic, yeah.
That's, it's more like you're tied for third.
Okay, we're tied already.
Yeah, you
Okay,
become-
I gotta pick it up after that comedy show.
This is Mike like
There were
3A
some
and
rat
3B
repercussions. Yeah.
with your girl.
No. I mean, my girl would finally went to pick me up. I just went home and cried a little bit.
Did you have sex with her that night?
Well, I didn't take the dick pill, and I was all drunk.
Yeah, he bought it. He had me buy him a dick pill at 7-Eleven, and he dropped it.
Like it's because I tried to attack Van Jer when I saw him because he was just so sexy looking.
You have
I
this
would've been
weird
scared to
affinity
take a
for
dick pill
Van
from
Jer.
7-Eleven.
I know.
What's that?
A dick pill from 7-Eleven.
I wouldn't
was,
trust
Was
it either.
that your first time, or you've taken them before? So you
I've
know,
snorted one with Danny before, and I got rock hard the whole shoot.
Oh well, I mean, he's tried it, so
He's tried it. He knows what's
that
up.
first time though, I would have been like, whoa.
Yeah, Fresco, he
dick
brings
pill
up a
from
good point.
7-Eleven.
You know, I don't know if the FDA is keeping a close eye on what goes into those dick
Those
pills.
rhinos, probably a lot of vitamins.
Probably a lot of vitamins, but probably also a lot of shady shit coming in from over the border.
I hope.
We don't know where that factory is.
I hope.
There's been a study in the LA Times, Fresco, this might be interesting to you too, that upwards of 30% of prescription Vicodins, Adderalls, those sorts of drugs in pharmacies in Mexico have fentanyl in them.
Oh man.
So you go in to pick up your Adderall prescription in Puerto Vallarta, for instance, it might have fentanyl that could kill you. And that's at a pharmacy. So just think about the factories that they're making these rhino pills in.
Imagine how many old Mexican ladies just overdosing randomly. Fucking, I'm gonna take this, whatever. it is.
It's scary what's
Damn.
happening. It's scary what's happening both on our side and
The
their
rhino
side right
pills
now.
could be contaminated too, but I gotta take the risk to get my little rat dick card. He's solid. It's small as fuck.
I actually didn't see it.
He didn't see it.
I had to tune out right before.
Yeah,
But
for the
you know,
record-
I take your word though. I take your word.
We've-
You don't have to prove it to me or anything. Like
Good
You know,
man.
I got a hard one here on the show, and I was actually standing right there, and these two were in the splash zone, and they immediately got afraid. They're like, "Put that shit away!" So I was gonna come all over them.
We had an OnlyFans girl on, and he got like super rock hard. It was
excited.
probably one of the worst.
One of
things
the
I've ever
best moments
seen,
on this
dude.
show's ever happened. Probably.
I couldn't sleep that night.
Perspective.
I couldn't sleep that night.
You were literally staring at my open penis hole, opening up, about to come at you
Yeah,
guys.
that's
Oh my God,
disgusting,
that is
bro.
so
sorry,
wow.
sorry.
RDR. Come
Sorry.
on.
I want to run this
Sorry.
by Fresco because Leo.
We're not gonna
you
get
and I-
monetized now.
Actually, everybody over here, we all have sisters too. These guys have sisters. Leo's got sisters. I have a sister who just got married. She has a husband. She just had kids too. I'm curious to go back to the him potentially marrying your sister thing. Is it better? I guess I'm asking all of us this. Is it better if your sister's fiance has a big or a small penis?
That's a hard question.
that is a hard question. I never really thought about that characteristic when
Yeah,
I thought about my sister's mate.
that's good because you're sane and you're rational.
Dude,
You know-
I've thought about that a lot.
You thought about?
Yeah.
I mean,
You thought about somebody fucking your sister with a big or a small dick.
Well, I mean, she's younger than when she grows up, of course. But
How old is she?
no.
she's like pretty young. She's like 12, 13.
You
but,
ever
know,
talk
I'm
to your-
afraid because, out in Ohio, it's like weird fucking hillbillies that will just go
They-
at you
they
when you're
rape?
that age. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, probably in the same age group, but
You ever
they're
talk to your
hillbillies.
sister?
No, I haven't. Yeah, it's
probably a good thing.
baby.
Yeah, bro, you gotta be there to protect her, bro.
I got another my little rat dick. He's little rat dick. He's out there in Ohio. He's taking care of her for me, I think.
How old is the little rat dick?
He just turned 19. So
There is another rat dick?
Yeah, Dan, we got to go. I had a long on the Patreon pod. Shout out Leo and friends. We had a 40-minute conversation with his mother.
It
and
was crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It was, dude.
The problem is, I would love to right now plan a video where we go visit your family in Ohio, but you don't have a license. You don't have an ID.
we could drive out there. I mean,
Oh,
yeah!
it's a far ass drive.
Well, Leah, why didn't I think about that?
Perfect.
It's not that far.
Only
It's only
29 hours, dude, and we'll be there.
Yeah.
Come on,
Exactly.
man.
I gotta get a fucking ID so I can go on a plane. You know?
Yeah, you do. You do.
Yeah.
To get back to the question, I think average is what you want in your sister's husband.
You know, yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Something that could
That is a good
inseminate,
way to
but not
go out.
destroy.
Fresco,
Yeah.
you can get around that just average.
Average.
Yeah.
Because
So
you don't
then it's not like, yeah.
If it's too small, you're sort of like, that's going to cause marital issues. They're going to get divorced. But if it's giant, I don't even want to make eye contact with the fucker at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like
You
this
make a
guy's
good point. You
this
make a good
guy's
point.
just corrupting my sister's vag.
So our
This guy is just
the King Croc, his name
Oh,
was King
stop.
Croc BBC. We didn't get to that part.
Are you asking Fresco if he has a big penis?
Well, I was leaning into that in a way.
He was leaning into it. He was
Yeah.
subtle. He was
Yeah.
subtle about it.
Subtle, yeah.
Fresco, do you have a large penis?
Do I have a large penis?
Yeah.
I'm never the guy to say I have a large penis.
I like
Sure.
that. He's humble.
You're a good man. But you know, in your community though, if you have a small penis, is it kind of frowned upon per se?
Frowned upon? I mean, usually just people are walking around with pants on, so you never really know unless
Right.
you feel me.
And that's like it's like a white guy thing to kind of just
Not
check
have
out each
pants
other's
on and
penises and
stuff,
stuff.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I think it's
Like it
frowned upon
sometimes.
in every community. I don't think it's.
think so.
Does any community celebrate? Like, I got a 2-inch
Normalized.
dick. I'm the man.
We normalized
Greeks, dude,
it.
back in the day.
They
rat
did.
dick
The
does,
David.
yeah.
The
Oh,
David.
really?
Yeah, statue of David. Yeah, the
Oh
Greeks.
yeah, the statue.
Yeah, I have a
was
perfect
really
little
small.
Greek god dick. Honestly, I haven't told that before.
If only the rest of your body looked like David.
Right.
Yeah, Rat Dick, you were just born in the wrong century, dude.
Exactly.
Isn't that a shame?
That's
You
it.
have the only thing you have in common with the statue of David is your penis.
It's just the small
Yeah.
penis.
And that is not good. That is not what you want to have in common.
When I
with
was a
that.
kid, I was
You
like, is it
want
gonna
the
get big?
physique, the
When's it gonna get
perfectly
big?
symmetrical
Getting
face.
older, it's not getting big.
Rat Dick, you are only your penis is like the Renaissance ideal, but it's okay. What do you think about the Renaissance, Rat Dick? General question, I know.
It would have been dope to be born in those times, but I probably would have got murdered pretty early. In
Why
my
do you
life.
think that?
It's about how the way I am. I'd probably been different if I was born in back those days.
But what do you think about the Renaissance as a concept? Tell me, break it down a little bit.
Oh shoot, like the Leonardo da Vinci.
Wow. I'm surprised he even knows that.
Yeah.
That was a good poll, Rat Dick.
Hell yeah, the dudes would just sit around in togas and fucking jack each other off like it was normal.
I didn't know about that part.
Yep, they go to bathhouses.
That's the
pretty
main.
accurate,
That's the
dude.
main part of the Renaissance.
Oh, really?
I think he might be thinking
not
of
know that.
Rome or
Yeah,
Greece.
yeah.
I think
so.
I think we just backed up about 1,500
hundred
years.
years, yeah.
A couple hundred, yeah. RDR. So tell me more about the Renaissance. What do you think? Because I think most people probably took you for a real medieval period kind of guy. Like I think a lot of people thought you were into the Middle Ages. Like you were a history buff, but only between the fall of the Roman Empire and like the Enlightenment and the Renaissance.
Right.
I think people think that that's your rat period. But tell me, like, what do you think about that transition out of the Dark Ages into the Renaissance?
Into the it was a lot of beautiful occurrences were happening.
Yeah.
People were chilling around eating grapes, fucking painting and shit. People were jumping around, daggers
jumping.
and shit.
Daggers?
Yeah, bro. Like, they'd
Wow.
assassinate people and shit. Like, it'd be chill as fuck back then. If I was a rat, I'd probably be a rat dick assassin. Assassin's
I think
Creed,
you would have been one of
Renaissance.
those guys that they just like sent out into the arena to just get mauled by a lion.
Right.
They would have just.
I probably would have
they
got
would've
fucked up by a lion. I was
in ancient
thinking
Rome.
that.
In ancient Rome, yeah, you
Yeah.
would have been. But during the Renaissance time, I think that maybe you would have been like a gimp to like
Yeah.
a big artist.
Maybe
that
not
They
the
would have
rat
just
dick assassin. I'd been rat dick the
gimp that they would have
gimp
just
or the-
railed. You know what I
the,
mean?
the
Just-
jester. It'd be rat dick the jester. It'd be the king's jester. It'd be like,
See, I told
Kick
you.
me.
I told you he's a medieval guy.
be like, let me
I-
see your penis, master.
I think you know what I think Rat Dick would be, Fresco. I think he would be the assistant to the worst shoemaker in the city.
There it is. And the guy that just everyone always complains about the shoes hurting their feet and stuff. And they come after him, and the guy's always making excuses for the shoes.
And you know,
Ratic the cobbler.
Ratic was probably born with some sort of disability that got corrected through modern science. But back then, it wouldn't be corrected. So I can see Ratic in the 1500s having one leg that was way shorter than the other.
He would have had polio for sure.
He would have his spine would be out of alignment, and he would talk like
he would look like Igor from
the new pair of boots is ready for the man. And then they would just be the most fucked up pair of boots.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, it would be a good.
You probably would have been maybe kind of like a janitorial type guy too. You would have cleaned up the bathrooms back then, which really, I mean, they used to wipe their ass with hay, dude. So
yeah,
be
working for somebody like you, Leo, in your castle.
You know,
yeah, you've been working for me.
Exactly.
Back then, there was no sewage, so when people did their business, they did it in a bucket and they just threw it out the window. Threw it out the window of their apartment or their business.
Yeah, and I'd probably have to go clean it up off the street, and I'd get some rat dick, Black Death, and I might die that way.
I think you would, dude.
Yeah.
I think you'd die of Black Death, of cholera.
Yeah,
From
something,
the
man.
shit, things flat thrown on me from people like Leo in their castles. It's not his fault. It's just what happens back in that time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay.
Also, we did bring.
I want to
him
be
on.
mad at you, Leo.
To go into a serious note here, RDR has had his bouts with mental illness, obviously, and there was a point in time where he used a word that we don't like to say out loud, but it starts with an N, if you know what I mean, and and we wanted him to apologize to the community today. So,
so that's why the black guy needs to be here today.
No, I've already
we thought
apologized
it was a
to
friend.
King Croc.
he has been apologizing for a long time.
I've
but
apologized to a ton of people. I apologized to Inland Iggy, and it wasn't okay. It was very.
He didn't say it to a black man, which makes it not better. But you know what I mean. He said it.
He said it to an Indian, a Native American.
A Native American,
Just
man,
in context.
Yeah. And it bothered us enough where we want him to get out in front of it. It happened a long time ago, but we wanted him to apologize to as many black people as possible. And you, there has to be some kind of, I don't know, you have to do something for the community in order to get back in its good graces.
You know, I think on South Park, so one of the boys, they kissed a black man's ass. I think it might have been Jesse Jackson to apologize to the black community.
So you'd be down to kiss a black man's ass.
I don't know.
I don't think Fresco wants you to kiss his ass.
Man.
And I'm also
Not Vince McMahon.
Ratic, I'm also a little bit put off. When you said you wanted to apologize to the black community, I was under the impression that Fresco was a good friend of yours,
Right.
and your neighbor.
Oh, that makes
This
sense.
is my neighbor, and I've talked to him a few times. I've asked
Okay.
him to come on the podcast, but has stage fright. He has
So
stage fright.
what it
I don't know.
seems like is it seems like you DM'd the first person you saw of color,
Yeah.
asking them to come on a podcast so you
Well, I
could
didn't know.
apologize to an
Yeah.
entire
Leo
community.
didn't tell me that we were going to be apologizing for the Iggy rant.
That's what the idea was.
I thought we were just looking for a new King Croc to come on, possibly.
Black guy.
Not a new black. I wasn't saying like that. But
See,
like,
it doesn't seem like you've learned your lesson, Ratic.
I have an idea.
It seems like you were just blindly looking for a black third or fourth mic.
Yeah.
And
you and
that-
No Jumper were doing something like that, weren't you?
we are.
Don't put
No,
on
not
me.
putting the blame on
We
you.
are about lifting black voices here, though. So in a way, it doesn't matter that it doesn't matter if you're connected with him at all. We're happy to have you on. Lift some black voices, and I know you do rap, and we're going to play some of your music at the end. And you'll get some followers, no doubt, from this pod.
Oh, for sure.
But at the same time, okay, maybe he can't kiss the black man's ass, but have you seen the recent slap fighting that's going on?
Slap fighting. I haven't heard about much.
If we had Rat to kind of just take one solid slap from any black man in the room right now, and
What do you identify as, my friend?
Dino?
His pronouns are based Trump.
Yeah, dude.
He's white as shit.
I ain't super white, unfortunately. He does look kind of like a young Latino boy, doesn't he?
Why are you looking more and more Latino, Dino? He's been getting some sun.
Oh, it's just sun.
Where are you even finding
Just
sun? It's been raining and snowing in LA.
Right, that is suspicious, actually.
That's weird, dude.
Are you running from the race?
Have you been headed down to Tijuana? What have you been doing, dude? I think he's been whoring and getting drugs in TJ.
Yeah, you look like a little Mexican bad boy.
I was telling him he applied for college. Just circle Hispanic.
I mean, obviously, you'd get into, you should be able to click the Latino 100%.
So to get to the bottom of this, Leo, you want Rat Dick to get slapped in the face?
Yeah, dude.
By
I think that's fair.
Fresco.
Don't you think that's fair?
It sounds entertaining. Fresco seems like a bit of a pacifist.
Fresco, you kind of open hand. Yeah, you are. He's a great. He seems very sweet. Yeah, to be honest, like a
Thanks,
nice
man.
gentleman. Yeah, you seem like a low key. You probably get a lot of pussy, dude. I can tell.
I just be chilling for the most part.
That's a
But
good
if somebody wants to open hand slap him, that'd be kind of nice, dude. Just a little quick,
Just for the payback of the people.
exactly.
How hard is he gonna punch me or slap me?
It's not a
That's
hard. It's
for
up to
Fresco.
him. That's up to.
I
That's up to
I
him.
don't want to break my jaw here. Can he slap my ass or no?
No, 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 no. No,
come
no.
on.
I don't
No,
think
no.
that would
That's-
make it
no.
That
equal.
would make
That's
it-
not
you're
equal
right.
at all.
You're right. I gotta take some sort of repercussion.
If it wants to be, if it wants to be your boy here, what's your name, my man? Ross. Ross. If you want to slap him, it's up to you, man. You guys can both do it. One of you guys, but it would be kind of dope, for me personally, if one of you guys slapped him because he deserves it. You know what I mean?
What do you think, Fresco?
Me personally, I don't want to slap the guy.
Oh man,
problem.
you're a good guy, man.
Rat Dick, I think it's a good thing we're not going to slap you. I don't know if his brain could take it. When boxers they've got a really long career, they start getting knocked out. They get knocked out more and more easily.
yeah.
I think Rat Dick's drug rate, his drug
I
consumption rate,
I deserve to take a slap.
I think it's
You
done
do.
the same damage to his brain that like Muhammad Ali's brain endured over the years.
I agree.
That mud flat punch that I took 2 weeks ago was
That's
pretty
true.
gnarly.
That's
That's
just
true.
merely the beginning.
That's
I think
the
that.
beginning.
Oh,
yeah.
it's coming more.
He did get punched. What about
He got punched
What
by a
about
big
Dino?
redneck.
Dino, would you be willing to slap Ratic in kind of for the black voices to raise the black community and the voices? Would you be down to slap Ratic in the face?
I guess, but why don't you want to slap him, dude?
Dino sees this as an opportunity he'd be crazy to pass up.
Oh, really? Yeah, I mean,
Come on, man.
I just don't have any animosity or hate
Aw,
to
man,
it.
you're
Yeah,
good,
maybe
man.
after you watch the Illiggy video.
Where he went
Does
off
it
on
make-
Native
Make
American
him
guy.
mad? No, I mean,
To be fair, he threatened to kill a guy, a Native American buddy
It
of ours, a bunch
wasn't
of times.
true, and I was really fucked up, and me and Iggy were just joking around. It was
Oh
actually a
yeah,
joke.
you were just joking.
Yeah, it was a
It
joke.
was a bit.
It was a joke.
a bit.
It was a bit.
He was on methamphetamine, so it was not a joke. He was very fucked up.
Well, I didn't want to actually do anything. I wasn't gonna do anything to him.
Well, if you want to get slapped by Dino, I'm not going to say it right now. This is not for any community. This is just you generally absorbing a little punishment for
Okay.
your misbehavior
Yeah.
over the years,
Yeah.
okay? Because you misbehaved this weekend at the comedy show.
I did.
Thank God it was nothing racial.
Yeah.
He was just being a douche. He was
Yeah.
trying to pull his dick out in front of a bunch of people.
He was.
You're going to pay for that, and you're going to pay for the rant against Inland Iggy
Okay.
back in 2020.
So why don't you get up, take a knee,
Okay.
right here, take your headphones off.
Okay.
I'll hold the camera. Give me that. I can bring it over here. Perfect. I'll film this.
You can zoom out too, Leo.
I can zoom out a little bit.
And Dino, don't
we
KO the guy, okay?
But give him a nice, give him a nice little smack. You know what I mean? Yeah.
oh,
Oh, wow.
know,
That's
wind
right in the
up a
power
little bit.
zone.
right? Like, oh man.
It's going to generate some force.
All right, either left or right, Dino.
No, we got it.
Can we record it? Right on his face.
I think we got 3 cameras on him right now.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, perfect.
Ready? Yep. Oh, damn. I was trying not to get his ear and
That was nice, though.
How'd it feel?
From you now, come on. Give me one.
Fresco,
Fresco, you want to hit him with one?
Just a little one, Fresco. Or Ross,
Ross, you want to hit him? It can be off camera.
You got any anger you want to get out?
Yeah, you got some anger you want to get out, Ross?
How about Ross does it off camera and we only mic it? We just
like
get the
that.
mic right up next to the
If you guys want, man.
Ross seems like he's chilling. Ross is still,
for
Rat
King
Ralph's
Frog.
neighbor. They got to stay on good terms.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
No, we're buddies.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't care if you slapped me. I don't care if you don't slap me.
Well, I think we've taken a step in the right direction, at least. You know what I mean? I mean, we are
And thank you, Dino, for the community.
Yeah,
for the
I
community.
appreciate you
Dino,
doing that for
for the
us.
community, man.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man.
And when
gave
you stood up,
permission
I
for
did
everything.
realize it was the lighting too, so you weren't as tan as I thought. But
Yeah.
we appreciate that though.
You know,
Hell yeah.
I say we keep up the illusion because maybe the Huffington Post or somebody will publish a headline: "Person of color slaps white racist."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
For anti-racism. You know?
Yep.
Exactly.
And
We're
that
fighting
was,
racism with.
What I said was very fucked up, and nobody should ever say those things. I've learned a lot from those times, and I don't use this word anymore, and I don't condone that at all for the rap people.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, like,
What about for the non-rap people?
And for the non-rap people at all, like, no, that's not okay to go around, and you will get slapped in the future for saying that.
You know, it's like, you know Mel Gibson.
3
you know?
years later, you will get slapped.
Yeah.
You know Mel Gibson, the actor. You know, like
Yeah,
he went on that crazy rant too. He said the N-bomb a couple times, and then
He said Jews were mostly his target.
Jews were mostly his target. But you know, he I think that he's back in Hollywood. You know, people have forgiven him per se because. But you know, he had to go through some shit, you know, for many years, and that's kind of where RDR is. It's been years. It's been like 4 years since that happened.
Yeah, it's been over 3 years.
And you've learned your lesson, correct?
Fuck yeah, man.
Good, man.
like
this
a
is some
different
scared
person
straight
now.
type shit. You know what I mean?
You know, you're a different person.
Yeah.
Can we cut to the rant he made this weekend, Austin, that we already pulled up? He's a different person. This is him talking shit to me on Instagram.
I didn't say I was
48 hours ago.
48
Fresco.
I didn't say I was gonna kill you. I didn't say the N word.
That's true. He's a different person now, Fresco. You heard him? No death threat, and I wasn't called the N-word. Let's pull it up. Can we pull it up, Austin? Yep.
Our boy King Croc, man. Yeah, we miss our boy King Croc too, man. So it's
let's-
for him. It was for him too. It's for King Croc that slap too.
King Croc a cool guy.
He was dope, man.
Truck is dope.
Yeah. Look. This was 24 hours ago.
48 hours.
Yeah.
Danny
Press pause
Mullen
real quick.
Just
I like how you geotagged it Los Angeles, California.
And
As if that's relevant.
No reason he tagged Dr. Octopus for no reason. That's the best part. That's the best part. In my opinion. He tagged some random dude that is part of our crew, but
Let's let it roll.
nothing to do with
kicked your boy out of the comedy show. Fuck you, haha comedy club, and fuck you, Danny Mullen. Fuck you, bitch. You kicked me out of your show. You're a pussy.
I can't even believe that's me. That's really weird.
You know, let me get one slap in.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah, right. Thank you, my man. Thank you. At least we're having some fun here today. You know what I mean?
Wait, I'm going to get a left-hander to make this challenging.
Yeah, a little
Okay,
lefty.
for sure.
Make sure you get on the slap side, you know. Yeah.
He's going with his left, so
Manu Ginobili.
Manu's your dude. I like that. I like that.
And also, let me get a mic. I was trained by one of the stunt coordinators of Lethal Weapon how to do a stage slap.
I love it.
Okay.
apologizing for the rant to Danny this weekend.
Yep.
Bottom 3 fingers so it doesn't actually hurt him.
That's a good one. That was good. Do this side. Little hard.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, babe. That's some rat dick apology shit right there, baby. That's what you gotta do. Thank you.
Those are good stage slaps. It's the bottom 3 fingers. They don't hurt when you get them there.
But they still make the noise.
They get to make
good
that-
noise.
that noise.
That was crisp.
Yeah.
Dino's was like, ah. Yeah, he
I
got.
tried to like make a little tab.
Yeah, he got a good one.
That is what's going to leave you concussed, Rat Dick. I'm thinking about your future as a broadcaster. I want your marbles to all be there.
That was really fucked up of me to go on that rant, and it won't happen again. Definitely won't.
It's good. I hope we're all growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unless we go on some crazy shoot in the future. I got really drunk and maybe for some reason something goes oury or something. I doubt I would do that. I really doubt it.
Well, let's not open the door
Yeah,
for
that's
it.
not. That never would happen. Never would
It's
happen.
done. You should never say that word
never,
again.
Never. It won't happen again.
All right, cool.
You know, me saying like "fuck Danny," well, no, that's out of the question. Boys.
Fresco, tell me about you, Fresco. What do you do?
So I make music. I make clothing. These part of me. I'm Stone Hats are mine.
Oh shit.
We'll
link it down below, man.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. I just get high, make music. Real basic life.
Nice, man. Where in the city you live?
So I live in Hollywood.
Hell yeah, man.
How long you been in LA?
2019. Oh shit. What year is it? 2024?
2023.
2023. Yeah. So yeah.
We know
like-
the hat's not lying.
Yeah, right. I'd be cooked. So yeah, like 3 years, almost 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you
Now-
move from?
North Carolina.
Oh shit, dude.
yeah.
That's a place that I've wanted to go for a video for a long time. I
Yeah.
thought we
Really?
could- Yeah, we travel all over America, and we kind of we have multiple series. Like we either go to like crazy towns that are having political stuff, or like Portland, for example, with all that crazy shit that was happening with the liberals up there, or we go to like some conservative colleges or colleges all over America. But we do have a series called Worst Town in America, which we also go to like some random towns. So I feel like North Carolina could be almost anything. I mean, there's beautiful parts and there's bad parts.
Yeah,
right?
100%. 100%.
North Carolina, it's one of those forgotten states. It's like the Dakotas. On the East Coast, everybody talks about New York, Pennsylvania, or they're talking about Miami or Georgia. Nobody really talks about those Carolinas.
Yeah.
I know
Hampshire.
one rap song that I used to love when I was in high school. It was North Carolina, come on and raise up like
Take
a
your shirt
helicopter.
off.
Yeah, take your shirt off.
Is that
Petey
still the
Pablo.
anthem? That's like the anthem
You
of North
know,
Carolina.
I don't
still.
think that's.
Has it ever been an anthem?
No, it has been an
It
anthem.
was an
It
anthem.
definitely
It
was
was a
an
huge
anthem.
hit,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
I remember that song. It was dope.
That was like everybody. I mean, we used to play it like at Grant High School, like it was like in the Valley.
It
Like
was global. It was a global
Yeah,
song.
it was
Yeah.
it was dope. But who's the best rapper ever to come out of North Carolina?
Outside of me, I would probably have to say J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Yeah,
Damn.
J.
So
Cole,
a really
yeah.
good rapper is coming out of North Carolina.
Yeah, yeah,
Pop Cole's
yeah.
really good.
RDR,
J.
you just
Cole,
nodded. Or do you actually like J. Cole, or are you just trying to gain favor with the black community?
I've heard that.
He's a great basketball player too, right?
Yeah,
Fucking-
he's also.
He's,
I've heard
he's
that.
gigantic. He's like 6'8" or some shit.
No, I think he's like 6'3", 6'4".
Oh, okay.
But I
so
mean,
he's still big. I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
he's pretty tall.
Fresco, could you break down the difference between North and South Carolina? What should we know about each one of those?
So I feel like, I mean, it really does depend on what part. But so there's racial tension in both, but I feel like South Carolina is like the more like ideal of what you would think like.
a little racist at
Yeah.
certain parts. Yeah.
And North Carolina has its touches, but I feel like North Carolina has more of a East Coast vibe to it for the most part. A lot of people have moved from all over who are in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I feel like South Carolina is a lot more like natives.
Gotcha.
So, from
Which
what you're
are the,
saying, I guess
the-
North Carolina has a bunch of universities. It's got Raleigh, which is very liberal and sort of like cosmopolitan. Is South Carolina more of like the South?
Yeah.
More like, my name's Jim Bob. I'm driving a tractor.
That's what I would expect. Which, I haven't been to South Carolina a ton, like really just Myrtle Beach the most, which is tourist area. But from the people I've met in South Carolina and like the times I did like play basketball and we had like AU tournaments over there, South Carolina is a little more. Would you say Jim Bob?
Yeah, Jim Bob. I'm driving a
You
tractor.
ever, you miss North? You miss? You got your family out there still?
Yeah. My family's in Carolina. I miss my family. I mean, and I've missed like my friends and everything, but there's just so much more opportunity out here.
How long has it been since you see your family out in North Carolina?
What month is it? What is it? February?
It is February 2023.
Thank you.
The last day of February, though.
The last
so
day of
be ready
February.
to switch to March.
Okay, I appreciate that.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
dude.
I
I'd still want you tomorrow. I'd be like, yeah, it's February.
February 29th.
It's the 8th, 28th.
28th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a leap year? What does that mean? I don't know. I think a leap year is
29th
29th
is
day.
gone. Yeah. It's not here this
Wait,
year.
no, I think it's the 20. I think when it is 29th, then it's a leap year.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's
Every
leap
4
year.
years or
Okay.
something?
Yeah, there's an extra day in February, right?
an extra day.
I could be completely wrong, but
Yeah,
this
not
is,
this year,
this is
dude.
also not important. How's the pussy in North Carolina? That's what's important.
You said the pussy?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a good pussy in North Carolina.
And
Definitely.
it seems like that on the Instagram. That's for
Yeah.
sure. There's a lot of hot
cornbread,
girls.
fed,
Yeah.
thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good stuff out there.
Hell yeah.
But LA though, it's kind of uncomparable.
Thank you.
What about
man.
the chicks
We
in
agree.
LA though? There's a certain type of girl out here where she's trying to climb her way up. I'm not even sure which ladder most people, and especially girls out here, are trying to climb. There's some ladder they're trying to climb where it's really important they go to all the swap meets and spend hundreds, thousands of dollars on outfits and get really good IG photos and Facetune them. I don't know what the end game for that type of girl is in LA. You know, the ones with like the baggy pants and the ugly sunglasses. And are they just trying to find a rich husband? Do they think they're going to be found on Instagram by an agent and become actresses? You know the girl I'm talking about, right, Fresco?
Yeah. I know.
That's a headache, that kind of chick, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they all can be headaches for real.
They
but-
all can be
they all
headaches,
can be
man.
headaches. But yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
I feel like that sort of chick, she's constantly going to be thinking about like, am I settling? Does he have enough money?
Yeah.
I mean, this is Hollywood. Like, who's to say Ben Affleck isn't going to like stumble across me on the Explore page and
That's
be
the
like,
thing.
hey, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's, whereas in North Carolina, Rat Dicker, is what I'm saying resonating with you right now? You look like you're zoning
Yeah,
out.
no, I'm nodding. I'm nodding.
Is Rat Pussy Pam a bit of a climber?
a social climber?
Yeah. Like, would she leave you if a better guy came along?
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Okay.
If
You know,
J. Cole,
if there was a,
If
there
J.
was
Cole.
J. Cole slid into Rat Pussy Pam's DMs.
You know, I'm sure because Rap Pussy Pam is very sexy. If she lost a little bit of weight,
But J. Cole.
some J. Cole guy or some like really big, strong Latino dude like Leo would come swoop her away from me. That's why I'm worried.
But let's say right
He's
now,
always worried about
J.
that.
Cole.
I'm
You
not
gonna do
going to
it?
steal
J.
your
Cole?
girl, dude.
Yeah,
I'm not.
you're not.
if J. Cole sends Rat Pussy a selfie video of him playing basketball and then freestyling, like he does a tomahawk dunk and then he spits a couple bars and says,
Damn.
"I want your pussy."
Rat pussy Pam.
You think she's
Yeah.
gonna fuck him?
Yeah. Yeah. She might go.
Maybe
up.
that's
But
what you need
Maybe
to do for the
not. Maybe
community.
not. I think she's pretty loyal to the rat
I think
cause.
that,
but-
you know, he's had threesomes with multiple
Yeah.
fans. They were all white, though. I think maybe the next time, I think if you incorporate a couple black guys, that would be something you could do for the community once again.
a couple black guys and a couple black girls. That'd be cool.
He's always trying to work he wants to cheat on his girlfriend, I think.
Right.
And he's always trying to get other girls involved.
Well, I mean, now that I've had like other guys like, go out with my chick, I should be able to have a pass, but she's not okay with that. And
That's not fair.
Yeah.
That's not
what
even.
is with girls these days? Like, I could take this dick, but you can't give out no dick.
Well, you.
That's again
It's
to
not
me.
really like she took the dick.
Yeah.
Just a very brief recap,
Yeah.
Fresco.
Yeah.
Thank
We
I'm not saying rap his pants.
He got on Instagram and begged any fans of our channel to come meet him and get drunk with him. 2 dudes show up. They end up doing meth, all of them, and the 2 random dudes fuck his girlfriend in front of him.
Oh, yeah. There was a time, Fresco, when he took a break and went outside for like 30, 40 minutes and he just left her in there with the 2 guys.
And they were
my
fucking the
goodness.
shit out of
Was
her.
the girlfriend also on meth? Or she was-
Yes.
Probably.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
More than likely.
So he feels like he is entitled to another woman, but Rat Pussy Pam isn't willing to
Yeah.
make that concession.
So I've just decided I'm just gonna stick with rat pussy. I'm just gonna keep on going with her. That's
but
okay.
but if she bangs J. Cole, then that's an
I have
undeniable
to go
hall
get
pass.
some holiday pussy,
Yeah.
for
And there's an OnlyFans girl he's got his eye on.
Oh.
But so what else do you think about Los Angeles out here, Fresco?
Shit. I mean, I love the weed for sure.
Good weed? Much better than North Carolina?
Much better.
Wait, but North
Much,
Carolina
much better.
grows tobacco. So you would
Yeah.
think that they're good at growing smokables. Why? That's strange.
I never thought about that part.
I don't know what it is, but I guess the crop marijuana isn't that hard to grow, like indoor and stuff. But there's something about the weed out here that's just like way better than anywhere else. I don't know the science behind it. Does anybody really know?
But doesn't that, because that, I mean, you've seen Mad
it's
Men.
ocean grown.
Tobacco-
That's what we call it OG.
Tobacco is grown in North Carolina. That's the
It's
number
tobacco
one
state.
place to grow tobacco, maybe in the world. So, like, why is weed and tobacco? Why are the conditions different for growing good shit? I don't understand that.
I don't either. But have you ever? So wait, the weed in North Carolina, is it legal there? Can you just go in a place?
No.
So you can't even just go in it. So when the first time you got here and you just go into a place and it's just like fucking Toys R Us for weed, was that pretty wild?
Yeah. It's like a candy shop. Like you go in there and just like, damn. Even smoking here, like you'd be paranoid sometimes smoking in Carolina. Like,
I told them about the sesh, and they went. Did you go to the sesh with?
I did go to the
us?
sesh. Like that's crazy that shit's.
No.
That is, it's a
happening.
warehouse where you can go buy shrooms, and it's all illegal, but it's LA, so nobody really cracks down
Yeah,
on
nobody
it.
cares.
It's wild.
Pretty crazy.
Do you still buy from dispensaries, or do you have a guy who hooks you up with weed?
No, I'm more of a dispensary.
You are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that much of a price difference, right? To just kind of have to the weed. I don't know. Like, is there weed that's laced with some fentanyl nowadays?
Never.
Wouldn't
Why
it-
would you put fentanyl in weed?
People do, bro.
That I have heard about that, but also I have some buddies who have a legal weed company. They just started up, and they told me that their entire crop one of these years, which I'm not sure how long it takes to grow. I don't know if it's like one crop per year, but they had a warehouse full of a crop that they spent months and months growing. They did something wrong with the temperature or the irrigation, and it got moldy.
Right.
Damn.
And when weed gets moldy, you can't sell it to dispensaries anymore. They won't take your shit because
Right.
it can hurt people. But on the black market, you
So
can sell
take that
moldy
shit.
weed all fucking day. So that's something to think about when you're choosing whether to buy it illegally or not.
Yeah, I mean, wherever you're getting your wax, rat dick, I just don't want it to be laced with something. You know what I mean? You're only a couple of laced things away from,
Right.
who
that's
knows?
why I go to this one Canna Connect. He's very, very clean. His wax is very good.
You got to prove all the fans wrong, because whenever I post something about
They're
you,
like,
there's
oh.
always DMs like, he ain't gonna last much longer. You know what I mean?
That's stupid.
Like-
People think I'm gonna overdose, bro. That's retarded. I don't even do drugs like that. I don't even do drugs like that.
Well,
I
You
did a
just
little
did
bit.
cocaine 48 hours.
I did it.
Yeah.
No, that was like a one-time thing which I haven't done in like years. Yeah.
Dude, you were doing you were scar-facing it up to 24 hours.
Yeah.
You did
Like,
a
what are
gram of
talking
coke
about?
in one day?
Yeah, I did it like
Which day?
It's a Saturday, and I did some shrooms too. I got so fucked up I couldn't go out to the club. I got free tickets to the rave, but I couldn't go out because I was just like zooming and tripping and like.
Fresco, he does shrooms every day. It seems like.
Oh, really?
Well, Saturday and Sunday I did them, but not today. Or no, not
Is that gonna last until midnight though?
I don't want to do shrooms today. I was gonna room today, but I'm like, no. Leo told me not to. I was
We
gonna
do
bring the
shrooms
shiitakes.
tomorrow.
Probably
Oh,
this
God.
weekend. This weekend.
But I said tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe it is only Wednesday.
Fresco, I've never had a good experience with shrooms. Like, what is the appeal? Is it like a fun, like, whoa, this is great, or is it more like, are you like getting the answers to the universe and like, you know what I mean? Like, which one? Like, what makes it fun?
I mean, I've had both. Like one of my shroom trips like helped me move to LA because I was definitely in my head about like, just moving out here by myself, giving it a shot and everything.
How old are you, Fresco?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Young
you
man.
were like 24.
Yeah, 20, I think 23, like my 23rd birthday, 23 or 24.
Can you walk me through a little bit about what you were afraid of and then what the shroom trip told you that made you change your mind?
Yeah. So, I was just thinking that like moving out here, I would probably should have like an apartment set up. I should have a job in place.
Yeah.
I should, just know the land a little bit better. But I felt like all the time that I'd be wasting to save money would just be more of an excuse.
I like
so
that.
the shrooms really just told me like you just need to pick a day, bro. And when that day comes, like no matter what the situation is, like you have to go out there.
That's good.
Take action, man. You know.
Yeah. And yeah, the shrooms really told me like everything's gonna work out the way it's supposed to. If it doesn't work, you can just come back home, but it's gonna work. Just do it.
Were you living at home?
Yeah. I had just moved out of this crib that me and my friends were renting out because it was time to renew the lease, and I was like, I really don't want to be in Carolina anymore. So I went and stayed back at the crib for like I think 3 or 4 months, and then I moved out here.
So I had a really similar thing in 2018, about 5 years ago, almost 6 years ago, I think. Or 5, whatever. I was living with my parents too, and there were a couple of years where I lived either with my parents or in San Francisco, and I'm from Sacramento, so San Francisco is only a 2-hour drive. And I think the best thing I ever did was get like 6 or more hours away from my family, because then you feel like, and I'm sure you felt like this when you stepped off the plane. This is the big leagues now.
Yeah.
I'm alone out here. There's no couch to crash on. There's no like, hey, mom, I need a little help with the rent this month. Like, I got to make it fucking happen, or I got to go back to North Carolina with my tail between my legs.
Yeah.
And so I relate to that. It just wasn't a shroom trip that convinced me.
Oh, really? What? It was just like life. Just
I actually just got done jerking off, and it hit me.
with after nut clarity.
Circle big health fat shits.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, that's good shit. And that's cool too, because usually when I think about a shroom trip, I think that the shrooms are gonna like make me more of a pussy and make me not want to go out and pursue a dream and make me more likely to move back in with my parents. So that's cool that they got you to actually take action instead of being like whatever, sleeping on your mom's couch or something.
Yeah, no, it got me excited. I was like, fuck it. I'm about to just do it.
Hell yeah.
What is the game plan to like make it in the rap game in LA? Like, how do you go about that even?
So, there is like, it's so many different ways. It's not like just being a doctor. You just go to college, then go to masters. And it's so many different routes. Me personally, I've been doing music for such a long time. I've built up a fan base. So I'm just personally trying to just keep growing fans and just, use my own network to gain leverage on what I'm doing. But, you can go the signed route, just try and get your music in front of like A&Rs and labels and stuff like that. You can go just the viral route. You can just do something crazy. And then, you're popular.
Like slap a guy who said the N-word with a Satan tattoo on his head.
Yeah.
That's a potential route. That's a potential route.
It's a potential route.
Yeah.
We haven't shown the video.
Fresco said that he had an epiphany when he was on mushrooms, and it brought him out to Los Angeles. What's the craziest thing the mushrooms have ever told you about yourself?
I was watching an Adam Sandler movie once. And
That sounds deep.
Yeah, and he was
Continue.
talking to me through the TV, actually. Yeah.
What was he saying?
He was saying that the hobo is behind my apartment because there's a hobo little encampment that they listen to me and rap pussy fuck, and that I really need to like stop being so loud when I'm fucking her because they're listening. They're listening to me fucking her.
What a great thing to
Adam
get
Sandler.
to really come like. What a great thing
Yeah.
that you took the shrooms and that gave you that piece of information.
Yeah, it's like-
because without that, I mean, your life would be.
I used to just piss off my balcony and shit. I'm like, yo, that was probably like the hobos probably saw me do that. Because after
And Adam told you that? Adam Sandler?
yeah, because after you came over to my apartment and pissed like off the balcony, I just started doing that every day. I'm like, Danny did it, I'm gonna do it. I just would leave my cock on the balcony, just piss.
But that changed once you watched Fun with Dick and Jane or whatever.
and
What's
it's like,
the
yo.
one where he's like the chick?
And I saw
50
pentagrams
First
all over the
Dates or-
floor. I'm
50
like,
First
whoa.
You watched 50 First Dates, and it changed everything.
Was it 50 First Dates? Did I say it? Yeah, it was. I think it was Grown Ups. Grown Ups is such a trippy movie when you're on mushrooms coming up. Yeah.
Do you see, because Adam Sandler, he's a conservative guy, he's religious. Do you maybe think that God speaks through him, like he is sort of a messiah?
You know, I was about to get to God. You know, God speaks to you when you're on shrooms. I actually thought I was Jesus Christ on one trip. I was in San Bernardino. I took 5 grams of mushrooms out of the Amazon warehouse.
Jesus.
Everybody started looking at me like I was like, I thought.
Was
they
this
were
when you were
talking.
working?
Yeah, I was working at the Amazon warehouse.
So Amazon, the company, was paying you for this shroom trip.
Yes, I drove out to LA first and bought the shrooms. Came out to Amazon.
You clock in.
Your
Your shift
mushrooms.
begins.
Dude,
you
these
take the mushrooms
cokers,
after you clock
they
in.
were telepathically talking to me like, oh, he's fucking tweaking right now. He's high as fuck. I'm like, oh my God, they know I'm tripping. So I go out to my car. I'm like, I had this weird thing.
Did you
that, like,
punch out? Were you on a break?
I blacked out and I thought I got into a car accident. I thought the cops were after me. I thought the helicopters were driving around San Bernardino looking for me. So I ran for the parking lot. And I go into these bushes. I didn't crash. I didn't even drive my car. I just like blacked out. Didn't know what happened off the shrooms. And so I go into this bush. And I guess this bush was near a church, and these people that were watching the church overnight, watching the musical equipment.
Right, Dick, I got to know, are you still on the clock while this is happening?
Yeah, I was.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, dude.
I didn't clock out once, and my boss said, "Where are you? Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm in the parking lot. I'm gonna come back." He's like, "You're done. You're done." I actually got fired for this.
You got fired that day.
The next day, I came back and worked for a little bit. Like, "Oh, you gotta leave because you left. Like, you can't be like leaving like that and coming back here." But like, so the people at the church, though, they brought their cars because they were like doing security, and they saw some guy run these bushes. They're watching the musical equipment and they shine their cars on me. I thought it was the cops. Like, holy fuck, no! Like the cops like have their lights on me at San Bernardino. Like, what just happened? Because I thought I crashed my car, and they're like, oh no! Like they're like, we're not the cops. How are you? Are you okay? Like, we just want to make sure you're okay. And they're like church people, and they brought me into their church. I'm like, I'm dead right now, and you're about to tell me I'm Jesus Christ, and that I need to go like spread the word of Jesus or some shit. And so I thought they were telling me all that. And I'm like, yo, am I dead right now? Like, so I thought I was dead off the shrooms, and. Yeah, and I was just really high, and they're like, "No, you're not dead." I thought, like, I'm Jesus Christ. Like, no, you're not Jesus. I'm like, if I'm Jesus, all the girls should just take off their clothes, and
Not bad.
they didn't take off their clothes. And the girl's boyfriend that was in charge, he got so pissed when I said that. He looked at me. He's
Yeah,
like,
he was a man
What
of
did you
God."
just say to my wife? You told her to take off your clothes. I'm like, I just really think you guys should all take off your clothes if you guys. They look at me. Are you okay? They're like, are you? Is this guy fucking really tweaking right now? I'm like. I was just really high on mushrooms. I told them, and they bring me into their church, and they start playing the instruments with me. I'm like, well, they're being so kind to me, and like they tell me about the word of God and shit, and like, oh, they see my pentagram tattoo, like, oh, I want to save you, and so I go to church, and like, no, like I was continuing out that night, and then I just keep getting high and shit. And I'm like getting higher by the second, and it's like I call Vivi. They're like, oh, do you have a ride home? And like Vivi, she's like, oh, I'll come pick you up at like 3 a.m. because she was like working at that time, and so. She came to pick me up, but that whole night I was just sitting there at the church, thinking I was Jesus and shit, tripping balls like, around these church people. And the next day I try to go to church, and like, I have an argument with them about God. I'm like saying like,
You went to
yo,
church the next day?
Yeah, because they told
when
me
you were sober.
Yeah, they're like, oh, come back to church. Like, we want to see
Can we,
you.
Austin? Can you find some public domain organ music here? I want you
Yeah.
to keep telling your story.
Yeah.
And so I go to church the next day, and I got an argument with them. Like, yo, so you think Jesus is okay? Like, how are you going to be with God when Jesus is sending people to hell for not believing in Jesus? That's fucked up, man. Like, it's like I kicked out of the church because I was like saying, yo, I stand for Satan. I'm not about Jesus. Like, Jesus is sending people to hell for nothing. That's gay as hell. Like, that's gay as shit. Like, I said that shit, and like they all looked at us crazy. I'm like, we accepted you into our church last night, and like, yeah, like they tried to bring their church group and shit, but it didn't work out. They kicked me out. But I really thought that I could bring Ratic to Christ, but I just went there and I saw their bullshit, and immediately I was like, nope.
Well, Rytek, I'm going to tell you this right now, and you might not like to hear it. I think you have a lot in common with Jesus, and I think this podcast today was very Christian.
It was.
Because we learned to love each other
Yeah, and I am Christian.
like brothers, like neighbors. That's what we did. Everybody was very kind today. There were apologies.
Yeah.
And
Fresco,
you,
great guy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You had to repent for your sins, Reddick. And because you were slapped by me, and because you were slapped by Dino, the black community has, well, it remains to be seen if they've forgiven you, but I think God has forgiven you. I think God has forgiven you. And it seems like you're going to get a second chance, just like Jesus got a second chance at life.
You ever think about like that day that you were tripping on mushrooms and you came upon that church group? What if it had been an MS-13 gang, for example?
Right. What if I wasn't at a church?
Or what if it had been a cult, a bunch of Satanists like you claim to think are cool?
Yeah.
Or cops. What if it was a bunch of cops?
Wasn't it good that you ran into people of Jesus?
It actually was really good. They took me in for the whole night and allowed me to stay, and they gave me water.
And you told them Jesus was gay to thank them.
I didn't say it in that words. I was like, Satan is the way.
Here's what we're gonna do right now. Ratdick, to this beautiful organ music, you're gonna once again take a knee right here. And right now, I want you to beg God for forgiveness for your sins. And then I want Dino to deliver a firm smack one more time to finalize the prayer and to let God and Jesus know that perhaps you're worthy of forgiveness.
Yeah.
Lord, forgive me of my sins, for I have sinned. For I have sinned and I want forgiveness. Hallowed be thy way, Lord, and forgive me for my sins of racial and sexual tension. And forgive me.
I didn't know about the sexual sins, but okay. I'm concerned. We'll get to those next episode.
Forgive me of my sins towards the crew, and most importantly, the boys.
Go for it.
Apologize for what you said about Jesus and Christians.
I really apologize for saying Satan is the way and Christianity is fucked, because that's not true. Christianity is the way to go, boys. It'll get you onto the next step of existence. You won't go burn in hell. You don't want to burn in hell, and I don't want to burn in hell either. If God is real.
Dino, give it to him. You want to say a couple words?
Mudflap is fat.
Oh my God.
As Jesus commanded, turn the other cheek.
Okay.
Turn the other cheek.
Oh, that was like a fucking head smack.
Do it one more
My
time.
left hand
I didn't get it on camera. You got to do it one more time.
Woo!
Oh, I gotta hit him on the right.
No, he's got to turn the other cheek, dude.
It's fine. I got it on this side. I got it on this side.
Both sides, like Jesus.
I got it on this side.
Oh, that was hard.
Stars on that one.
That was hard.
Stars? Hell yeah,
It was a
dude.
delivery. It was kind of
I got punched like 8
Beautiful.
times.
Beautiful. And Jesus knew exactly when to end the song. It's been the Leo and Danny show. Thank you.
Wait. Before we end, real quick,
Ratdick style.
let's go off on a Fresco song. You got something on YouTube for us?
Oh, for sure. Let's play If She Wants. King
If
Fresco,
she wants, and then Fresco, Fresco.
King Fresco. So
If
actually
she wants.
more like the black guy who was named King Crook, what'd you say?
Croc, yeah.
King Croc.
Yeah.
Bam,
King
dude.
Fresco. Yeah. If you want to go to the second one, well, that works too.
That works
Just
too,
the
right.
audio.
Was there a music video?
Yeah.
Let's go to the second one,
The
Austin.
second one's the
the
music
second one.
video. Pretty beautiful, man. I would say. Just a short
King
little
Fresco,
song.
if she want. Check him out.
But there are deal breakers, of course. Hey, if she want me to stop smoking weed, well, weed never work out. Put out my weed and rolled up my weed and rolled out. Yeah, I bounce just like Spalding, thinking trips to New Orleans. Cause currency,
Damn, Fresco, you're good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Either way it go, I'm counting currency.
I like that it's not a lot of auto-tune like every other rapper now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no auto-tune, I don't know, but yeah, it sounds great, man.
Just chill vibes, man. Just talking to the people.
Yeah.
I'ma let them sleep. I'm getting money with my eyes closed. Stoner boy, you know I'd rather leave out on a high note. She asked me in my sleep because my eyes low. No, I'm just high, bro.
Hell yeah, dude.
But we made it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm high, bro.
Videography's good, too. Good video.
Yeah.
Hey, that's dope,
guy
man.
Deck shot that. Yeah, he went crazy. He went
Hell
crazy.
yeah, man.
Appreciate it.
Follow Fresco, and thank you for being on the pod, man. We'll have you back on.
certified.
100%. Appreciate you for having
We'll
me.
have you back
Thank
on, man. I appreciate you
For the
guys.
boys.
Check out the Patreon, some more stuff on there as well. Leo and Danny Show Patreon. Peace.
Peace.